And it's green, which means we have a fresh session of Rescue at Raxis. Nice roll, nerd.
Right on the athletic as well. Just a straight one.
Last time the party woke up, checked for a warehouse because a nefarious item that they were in possession of had been stolen. They got to traipse through reminiscences of their own life. Then combat occurred, and man, Cornelius really laid out the damage. Just tons of it. Just spell after spell every round. Aimed at the party.
On me.
Yeah.
No, not party, me.
And we left with Cornelius taking a walk away from the group, who feels they might be a little sore about that. And the rest of the party have rejoined at their home to think about what they'll do, because it's only about 10 a.m.
Weird how that works.
Well, it's because first thing in the morning he saw the item was stolen and chased after it.
Well, more specifically, the wizard insisted that we chase after it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You're the one who saw it first thing in the morning missing. Off you went. Yep. So, who wants to have the spotlight on them?
I don't think it'll be interesting because Range is going to take Pupplesworth out for a walkie.
I mean, it's something you can do. You could have people with you. You could go to various places.
Do you think she wants to take Pupplesworth somewhere he can do damage? And do you think she wants to be around anybody considering Cornelius dropped a fireball on her head?
I don't think she has a chance to stop him doing damage, wherever they go. The question is, can at least be interesting?
She doubts he can do much damage at the park.
And that's where you're wrong.
Mm-hmm. Because people will be there with their beloved animals. Because people make pets of all kinds of weird shit in a fantasy setting.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are well-tempered. Well-behaved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Malgur and Castalia Zarzul, what are you guys up to?
Treating wounds.
Treating wounds.
I'm just coming out of my room, and when I see this, what? It's like warning.
You have talked about this in the previous session.
We did talk about this in the previous session.
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I would help Zarzul.
Let's see. There's a few spell slots left.
I'll ask
for Zarzul. Damn. For Castalia. So obviously he puts another one in there. Oof. Still bad. Spellcasting is not his forte. It's hitting things hard. But yeah, the day is your own. Seem to recall Castalia retreated to the bedroom for just a nap, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to roll any hit dice, get your spell slots back.
Oh, that is true.
For Zarzul, you can do the same as well if you're just taking a break. You probably won't need the HP, but I mean, who am I to judge?
I'm actually tempted to suggest to Malgurn, hey, let's take Nala?
Lorna.
God. Lorna, that's the one. I was thinking of the wrong word.
No, it's that one beside
Lorna
it.
out of the city for some training. Give us some room to stretch out.
I will go along with that, yeah.
Which gate do you want to go out of? The east is out into the war zone. I mean, not immediately, but, you know, broader lands, a bit more traffic. The west is the general business route for normal people. Seems to be patched up. The northern gate you've actually never tried.
That's through the Noble Quarter, isn't it? Or not?
And the Noble Quarter one is just on this map, because obviously I didn't draw it. It's this one over here.
Okay.
Which leads out to the winery in a fair distance. But yeah, for the case of you guys, yeah, probably just head out the normal gate, the one closest.
Yep.
Now, Lorna, did you get any kind of saddle? I can't recall.
No, not. I have. She has a harness, but not
Yeah.
a saddle. I don't
Okay, a
think.
harness is okay. That's something to grip onto, at least. Because you're trying to bear back a cat that's not a cat, but is also part illusion. Probably a little tough. And if you grab too hard on the certain spots, she's just going to go limp. You can't really grab the back of a
But
cat's
she's not
neck.
a cat.
That's true. She might just become aggressive then. So yeah, you two head out there. There is some passing traffic, a little bit of footwork and all. Mainly mercenary stuff. You know, you see people with armor, weapons, gear, back and forth. Small groups, big gaps between them. It's not a huge influx either way. But, you know, it's noticeable. It's not a case of just a couple of people out for a walk. And then you're outside the city gates. You're able to get let through the small doorways. Instead of having the big fucking double wide open up. There were some looks at the not a cat that there are two of. But no one's going to really question that with a fully armored dwarf.
And his pet. I mean, friend Kobold.
Well, I mean, the Van may just see it as one of the miners wants a promotion. That's the thing. Most of the time, Zarzul gets mistaken for a local. And yeah, you're back out on a small little scant bit of testing range, where a party became very concerned about a sentient rock. So what's the gist of what you guys are trying to achieve here? What actions and antics are you going to engage in?
Reaffirm the basics, stay, come, sort of behave, please.
Okay, Lorna knows most of those, but you'll have to drill it in for Malgern.
You.
So it's just a reaffirming of the basics.
Yep, a few more advanced ones.
Not going to try and climb a stride?
I'm not.
I mean, you'd probably be fine. She might not even notice.
Yep. Malgern, if he wants to, probably best if he takes off his armor so he's a bit lighter at the time. But he could try.
Alright, well, we'll go with Zarzul first of all. So, roll him in animal handling. Let's see. How useful is Malgern in this instance? Probably too distracted with his cat, but also...
I need the help.
I'll give you the advantage. Because you are there with Malgern, and also Lorna is not docile, but lazy. So long as you're not, telling her to stay, she is all about that idea. Yep, I will stay right here and not move.
Okay.
So you feel like you've gotten at least, you've got stay and you've got come.
And being able to be led around as necessary is also a good thing.
Yeah, she doesn't mind your attentions. Like, you can tell that at a moment she could just whip off and you are not going to be able to stay on the ground for that. But whenever Malgern hands over like the hand on the harness and all, yeah, she doesn't mind.
Hooray.
Yep.
Progress.
But it's more a case of she's not even noticing you're there.
I don't know whether to be disappointed or not, but
It's probably for the best.
It's fine.
Probably for the best. Wow.
Well, I mean, he's not going to survive if she just flumps herself onto him like she does with Malgern.
And that's how he died.
That's how he suffocated, at least. So, what about you, Malgern? What is your part in this training regimen?
But once he goes through the basics, I'm going to attempt to hop on Lorna and see if she listens if I can direct her with the harness.
There's a very important clashing between animal and beast.
Yes, I'm aware of this.
It'll be an animal
hang
handling
on.
roll.
Yep, I'm having
Hang
trouble
on.
finding it.
Gonna tap you for guidance.
Yep.
Give me the D4.
D4.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. That's pretty decent. I mean, you've already, like, getting atop her, like, bad moment of trust where you're looking her in the eye,
Yeah, because
and
this
slowly
is mainly
shifting
just
around,
yeah.
adjusting for weight and all. It's not quite enough to really get, the immediate sort of directing. But at least she's not just flopping down her side or showing complete and utter detestment for this. Still a bit of a surprising oomph from the both of you of just handling new weight. I mean, she's got quite a wide back because of the tentacles, so Malgurn
I wouldn't be trying to do anything. I'm kind of just like, this is what...
Malgurn does not
we're
have
just
much of
gonna
a
sit
pelvic
here.
gap, so it's a bit of an issue getting comfortable there. You may need to get a cushion.
Okay.
Yeah,
Can I
recommend
sort
a
of
saddle.
lead Lorna around with Malgurn on the back just to get her
He's gonna
used to
give me
moving?
he's gonna give me a Lorna ride. Yes.
Yeah, just slowly.
It's like you took him to the beach and got him a Shetland.
It's so great.
And then I guess also practicing with, like, when you kick your legs together, that means move.
No, like
Oh,
I said, we're not even. I don't even think we're getting that far. This is more of a. This is what it's like when.
Yeah, the moment you have the issue of she's got the tentacle on the back, and it wasn't really accommodating you, so there's a few slaps in the face, there's it coiling around an arm and a shoulder. There's it almost sort of like shoving you backwards off where you're seated. So, that'll take time to get used to.
Mm-hmm.
But you're able to, stick it underneath stick it in the armpit and all, and it's fine. And yeah, you know what? Give me a strength check, Zarzul. Or athletics if you have it.
Let's see. No, but no, that's acrobatics. That won't
Yep.
work.
Yeah, let's not. There you go. Not bad. You're able, because the problem is just really of getting her moving, because she is prone to sleeping for the majority of the day and night, and then the next day.
Yep.
But you're able to give enough of a good firm hand and a constant sort of alert pressure. But yeah, she is moving around. She's not you're not going to pick her up into a run at any point. Not with Malgurn sitting there jabbing her in the back with his armor and his weight. But she's calm
I had
enough
hoped
getting.
you'd take that off first.
Yeah, since this is a dry run, yeah, I would.
This is a dry run. You're not going with protection, huh?
I'm a dwarf. It'll be fine.
It'd probably still have the padding on, but not the actual armor.
Yeah, the gambler's on. Yeah, it is like, again, it's at a walking pace, and it's a little unsettling for yourself, Zarzul. Like, you're confident around animals at this point, sort of, a bit. Small ones.
He knows what they are.
No, but he's confident
Sometimes.
around them. But it's just a case of hearing those slow 6 feet padding behind you. You know you're doing it and directing her, but there's still a little instinctive thing of, this is fucking stalking me. Just a little touch of it. But yeah, you're the one in control right now. You actually feel that. And yeah, she's going around, like, you lead her up and down a little pathway, round in circles a bit, just to see how maneuverable she feels she wants to be when being directed. And near the end of it, there's even a chance for Malgurn to give just a little tug, little pull on the harness just to direct her a bit. She doesn't quite go immediately in that direction, but she's getting it. She's getting the concept. And then the sun starts to dip down. Like, this is most of your day and evening this here.
We have made good progress.
Yeah, you genuinely have.
Let us head back.
Like, as it stands, if you get yourself a proper saddle, and proper tacking, which will be a fun commission job,
Yeah.
you'd be able to travel overland with her. Combat, not yet. Not immediacy, you wouldn't be doing chain chases with her, but for just stepping alongside the wagons and on the road, oh yeah, she'd be pretty good at that until distractions happen.
That's what training's for.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're here.
So now we jump to the devil.
I'm enjoying a nap.
Yep. But they've been out for most of the day, which has made the house very quiet, to be honest. Because Rain's gone as well with Pufflesworth. They're probably not going to be back for a while. Malgern and Zarzul out. No Wolfgang either because he's watching this enthralled. The wizard is gone, which is always an improvement. And Orbison is a quiet man anyway.
Mm.
Just you and that massive rumbling noise that is the boyfriend.
I'm going to make sure he's quite comfortable and feeling better.
He is out like a lamp. Like you were spending about 10 minutes lay down and then he was just out.
Then I'm going to let him rest. I'm going to get up and I'm going to head to work.
Roll me a d20.
All right. 3.
Yeah, there's some raised voices as you pass through the merchant district. There's a mixture of dialects. Some of them are quite like you've picked up a few now and again, but this is definitely foreign to you. Although you pick up a few bits and pieces like that bloody ball of feathers and fur. That was my precious little kitty.
Oh, no.
Some people are quite irate right now. You're not sure why, but you can guess.
Yeah, I can guess.
On the bright side, you have no involvement in this whatsoever. as you head to the forge, where Yosef is incredibly surprised as you walk in for a consecutive day of work. There she is, my wee cast. You ready for work?
Good morning.
Yes, it is now. It is a better day, because now things can be achieved and done.
It was a rough morning, but I'm all set to work.
You look a bit roughed up. Were it him?
No.
Then it couldn't have been that fun then. Right, I need you on that and that. Weapons order, armor repair, and I'm gonna need a bunch of fucking screws, just a lot of them. So,
Okay.
wipe the smile off your face, it's time to work seriously. Go. And the
All right.
hours hammer by beat. There is a moment during a couple of hours into your workload where you get this little image flitting through your head. It just seems to sort of spread there, vaguely. You see the top of a rounded stone tower. Like the stones have been worn smooth as if they were sitting in the ocean, but they are high in a darkened sky. You see before you a massive brazier. Absolutely huge. You feel yourself stomp towards it, and the closer you get, there is only the tiniest flicker of heat. Just the slightest fleck of it building up against your skin. There are bones falling out from the bottom of it. There are chunks of rock. Withered, dried twigs that are just crumpling after moments in the fire. And you look down to see your gigantic clawed hand and just this small, tiny little flawless ingot sitting right there. Like a water droplet held in the lines. And you just feel this horrible sense of futility go through you for a moment. Before it's right back to, you're in Yosef's forge, it is warm, It is intense. There is dust and grime everywhere. You're having to reach for a brush as often as possible to get rid of... Oh god, I fucking forgot the name of it. There is a technical term for all the little flecks and bits and pieces, like the scrub of it.
Hmm.
But yeah, you're back to solid work. It's still lingering in the head a bit, but it is such a different experience from the current one that you can't really focus on it that hard. And yeah, let's get us. Give me 2 rolls on your blacksmithery. Let's see. One will be strength. The other, I'll let you choose the. I'll let you choose the stats depending on what you want to achieve. Because you're just having to. Right now, you're having to beat the iron for work, but you get a little time for your own personal stuff if you have anything going.
And the only good thing I got is charisma, and that only goes so far. I don't think I can coax the metal that way.
Well, it's about design as well.
That
Like,
is
it's a bit
true.
of dexterity, but it's also a case of you are putting your will into your work. Trying to express
Performance,
yourself like
maybe?
an artist.
I was just suggesting performance, maybe.
Oh, I'm choosing a stat, but yeah.
Oh, sorry, stat. Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
In order to work with her tools.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the strength one is just your general workload, but if there's something else you want to tap at,
I'm not sure how I would tap charisma into it, though.
well, like I said, it's kind of the artistry sort of thing.
Hmm.
Like the basic of the design process.
Huh?
You know,
Alright.
this is before you're actually etching or hammering.
All right.
Yeah.
I'd like to attempt that.
But yeah, you do feel from that scene in your head just a need to create something. Just at least put the beginnings of something.
All right. Let's see if the dice agree.
Mm-hmm.
They agree. They very much agree.
Yep. Wait, was one of those strength and one of those otherwise?
No, those were both charisma.
Hmm.
Do you need them? Do you need one of them? If you want to drop one, then just be literally dropping by 1.
Yeah. So the first one is a 24. That is the normal
Okay.
workload, and yeah, it is a blissful day in a forge. This is something you have had, like, it's sort of a dream. It's not quite the artisanry you were expecting to eventually reach, because, I mean, that's what you traded in the power for, was the skill and talent to make something so unique. Have your own intellect. This is just good, solid, hard labor. Feels good. Like, it feels satisfying to have something routine, normal, especially after that bollocks earlier, thanks to the wizard. And yeah, is there something, like, with that role, is there something you have the idea of concepting? Or do you just sort of have something free-form floating that you'd like to be defined later?
Define later.
Yeah. But yeah, you do feel like you've done something right. You feel a little sort of, it's not quite a twinge because it's a painful thing, but there is just something, a little tingle near your right horn, the one that doesn't get chewed on. Yeah, it felt good to create, even if it's just at the moment a base plan, a little list of materials, luckily all available easily. And then we go to rain.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because we have a few hours of your day to fill out. So, there isn't really a local park. Raxis is a very built-up place. The only area you saw a lot of gardening and idle places was, of course, in the Noble District.
Oh yeah, that's not where we're going. Theoretically, on the other side of the city, there isn't a lot of bad guys, correct?
Yeah, I mean, that was the main sort of trade. That was the main route in.
That might be where she goes, just so that they're outside.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you did pass through the Merchant District on your way, and Pufflesworth spotted this horrible... Like, even you couldn't really stand to look at it. It was this precious little cat.
Oh no.
It was groomed, sculpted. It looked terrible, but it looked like it loved every moment of it. He couldn't stand for that. The 16.
I'm scared. Okay. Okay, good.
But it's still a case of athletics.
Oh
Oh
god.
no.
Oh.
What?
You have calmed him down, but he still wants that little shit, so he does make
Then
a
how
pull,
is
you stagger a few steps, and then you just watch as he rises up on his hind legs, his front paws out, and puts his full weight falling forward onto the cat.
What?
It screams and yelps, it runs, and he looks very satisfied with that. Oh, he just flops on it.
Oh.
Okay, so he just flops on it.
Yeah, like you calmed him down enough
Okay.
that he wasn't going to maul it or anything, but he just fucking hated the sight of that thing.
He's just establishing dominance.
Exactly. Just showing he is the bigger animal here.
Pufflesworth. No, bad boy.
Does he? Does he know?
I also love how there was none of that outraged tone in Brader's voice when his wife's character was getting hit by the wizard. But a small,
okay.
shitty cat under danger.
Just shut up. Don't try to do that.
We all know that he loves the cats more than me. That's how this works.
Mm-hmm. Although, you do see the woman that the cat runs to, because of course it's on a leash and harness, but it's a fancier one than yours.
So Raxis has leash laws. I learned something today.
I am taking Pufflesworth out immediately.
It doesn't have leash laws for most animals, but it's a case of when you're that fancy and high class, you keep everything under control. So it doesn't embarrass you. And so everyone knows that it's better than some common stray.
Also, so no one actually managed to
Run off
make a
of it.
quick snatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am taking Pufflesworth right the heck out.
He is excited for the run. He likes the fact you finally
Good.
picked up speed now. He's eager. Give me an
Yeah,
athletics
I'll
check.
take him up. Oh god, what's he gonna do now? Pufflesworth, I don't have strength.
You managed
Oh,
to
good, we're
just
tied.
pull him away before he managed to clout some delivery boy right in the ankle to trip him.
God.
Ugh, Pufflesworth.
But it's just,
why?
someone was coming his way on his path. He wasn't going to get out of the way. But you managed to just tug him enough that the kid does not get a smashed shin by this bullet of beak, feather, and bones. There's this moment when you realize, oh right, he is a bear as well as being an owl.
Mm-hmm.
Quite dense, Not born for flight.
Mm-hmm.
Born to be an apex predator.
Pufflesworth.
After you pass out of the merchant district, you do feel that you can slow down a bit. He's doing a few circles and all, getting himself tangled up in the leash, but he has, he's puttering along. He really liked the run. You are shagged. You've got a stitch in your side. There's a bit of heavy breath. You're leaning against the wall just for a moment.
Pufflesworth. No.
His tail nub is
I'm
wiggling.
going to the gate. I'm glad you enjoyed that. You're a jerk. Let's go.
So do you want to dip to you, Cornelius, for a little bit? Just for a little
Sure.
conversation with Megrin, it's up to you.
Kind of depends on with what I mentioned, if that goes better.
Well, it's on you if you want to express, first of all, Cornelius' current guilty issue. Or was
I
he
think
not
it's
expressing
probably
that?
No, I think it's funnier to mention it later.
But yeah, Groovy Entertainment District. Pufflesworth is actually kind of what's the right term for it? It's right on the tip of the tongue as well. It's not nondescript, but it's in that same vein of things. It's basically quite a common sight compared to what you are seeing now, because adventurers and mercenaries have rocked up with their various mascots. They are infesting the tavernas here, the inns. They are staggering around drunk, because there is a number of pubs here. Quite fun ones. There's the theater districts, there's the actor apartments. It's bawdy, it's active, it's no longer a family-friendly district, really. Seems like this is where most of the scum, villainy, and Malgurn's type are hanging around. And yeah, Pufflesworth at Small Owlbear doesn't cut the mustard here. Luckily, he is still excited from the run to not really care about all the other creatures that he must assert dominance over. For he is the best. It's almost quaint whenever you see a couple of mercenary companies that just have a goat. It's a giant goat, you know, it's about 7 foot tall at the horn, but it's still just a goat.
Is it a mount? Is it a dwarven mount?
Yeah. It's a perfectly normal mount for a dwarf,
Yep.
as opposed to not a cat.
Yeah. Gonna be a trendsetter. Just you wait.
There is what looks like a domesticated flail slug. Blech. Although it's only arm length. It's not the fullest size of what you dealt with as a snail. Although it does seem to be doing some pretty bad welts on one mercenary's arm. You can see a lot of dings in the armor.
Wait, a flail slug, so does it mean it doesn't have the shell?
Exactly. But it itself is iridescent. Because it has that little platelet on the back. I want to put it in my lab. I could stick it in a bottle. Add things to it. Dissolve it. Experiment.
I mean, I was kind of thinking, does that make it more or less valuable?
It's up to you if you want to take particular notice of anything going on, Rain. Or are you just heading out the gate with Pufflesworth and hoping for no misdeeds?
Effectively what I'm doing. I am focusing on getting him the heck out.
Roll a d20.
Oh.
Trying to do something and then lamenting rolling for it. It's almost like we're playing a game.
No. You do try to keep your head down, keep Pufflesworth on a tight leash. You're not letting any slack in that for a moment. Keep him drawn right up to your heel. Of course, you walk a little bit in front, just to assert dominance. But you do notice, at least one little glance, sitting at one of the pubs, is one of the stage performers, the one who plays Kendra. Just waves. Goes back to her drinks. Because, you know, you're starting to know people here.
Yeah.
But finally, through the gates, there's a handful of questions that you barely even pay attention to. It's just, I'm only out for a walk, it's just leisure. No, don't have anything to trade or declare. I have this. You hold up Pufflesworth. He hisses. The guard recoils. He says, feel free to not come back.
I'll be back.
It's not mandatory.
Rejectedly.
Yeah, it's not mandatory for him. And you're out into the open sky. I mean, you could see most of it when you're walking around Raxis anyway. There's not too many overgrown, collapsing buildings, but you have the full expanse above you. It's still a bit rough looking. Like, they've done a lot of smoothing over. Apparently, Adagun has not dealt with the road, really. He's been busy with other things, like the complete ecological destruction of the west side. But the road is working. You can see a lot of planks, a lot of woodwork laid in to try and smooth it out. And you just have so much greenery ahead of you. Lowlands, open expanse. Lovely. And Pufflesworth is immediately taking interest in some lazy birds.
Okay. We're
So-
outside.
So it's just a case of, are you letting him off the leash?
I'm not taking him off the leash because I'm worried that I'm gonna have to chase them halfway across Faerun.
I wanted him off the leash. This makes me sad.
But I'll be going with him and taking him out to play and things, and we'll be running around. But he stayed on the leash. I'm not taking him off. I'm not dumb.
Just
I'm
take
not
him
that
off the
dumb.
leash. Pufflesworth, come back. And there's just a dot on the horizon. He's not running any further, but he's also not coming towards you.
Can you imagine how the rest of the party would react finding out Pufflesworth ran away?
Bring out the wine! More
Yeah,
wine!
it's a
The
family
house.
party, yeah.
We're just trying to drown our sorrows on a strain. Hip hip hurrah!
Let's see then.
And then she breaks the bottle.
Oh no, a
You
true
break
tragedy
booze,
has
Malgern
happened.
breaks you.
He only managed to get one shrew. But he shows it to you. Admittedly, you're cramping his hunting a little bit, but you can't let that little fucker off. He will be in a den of squirrels very quickly.
Oh yeah. I give him a pet and tell him he's a good boy.
Yeah, he's definitely brightened up a lot. And you realize you've got to take him back through the city.
Yep.
Well, hopefully he's more tired then, not pent up with energy.
That's what I'm hoping, and I'm going to carry him through the merchant district. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make a kangaroo pouch. I'm going to put him in my little kangaroo pouch and carry him through so he can't see anything.
What do I call those? A papoose?
Not that small anymore.
Poos, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
she does not care. She's going to find a way to get him through there blind as a bat so he has no idea and he can't cause trouble.
Just cast
luck.
eye bite on him. But yeah, it is I mean, you wish he could sit down. It takes a long time for him to tire where he's not just chasing every noise and small moving object. He mauls the fuck out of a couple of flowers. But eventually he is just slumped in a heap. You were getting a chance to sit and let the full ache go through your legs. Because hours have passed at this point and you have not been off them.
Yep, because he is excited and running around.
First chance he's got to do it for a long while.
Mm-hmm.
Then we were joined with Castelli. You had more to do with your day before lunchtime, really, didn't you? Or was it just a solid day of work?
This is a solid day of work.
Then we'll rejoin with Malgern and Zarzul, returning to the city, which was about a 5-minute walk.
Hooray.
Excellent.
Oh,
I have picked it on the way through. Would there have been any merchants selling possibly chickens or for cooking or anything like that?
not from this end. Like, that is more where
Okay.
rain is, where you're going to see the incoming. This is outwards to
Okay.
the front. People aren't really allowed to sell what they've got, although plenty offer. There's a lot of things you could get here for a couple of gold if you know what to ask for.
I was just thinking of picking up a chicken to feed to Lorna as a reward for doing well.
Yeah, well, there's the merchant district. There's the market.
If you want to go to the merchant district, I can take
Yeah.
Lorna home.
I'm going to swing around to the merchant district to pick up a chicken for
Not
Lorna.
going to stick
I
with
think-
him,
I
help her
think I-
socialize.
Yeah, she's been doing well so far. I'm sure
I think I
Malgern
handle this. Famous last words.
I trust Malgern. Malgern's a good person.
Well, that was your first mistake.
Your
Malgern's
second
a
mistake
friend.
was mistaking him for a person.
Haha! I was the other dwarf the whole time,
Well, no, he's just a dwarf.
and I pulled the beard off to reveal another beard.
I mean, they're made in a smithery, so basically they're an object, not a creature. So you benefit from some spells and not others.
Yeah, we
Well-
come from a forge, literally. Yeah.
Well, basically, we're going to have to go by home for me to get to the merchant district anyway, so I might as well just shoot out after we get home.
By this point, you do get to see, as you get to home, You can see her distantly at the end of the street, just coming through the gate in the residential district. Very tired half-elf, with her dress reformed to just look like a sack holding a fat lump. You see some claw tips poking out of the top of it. She looks about 24 months pregnant with this thing hanging off her.
I really wish Cornelius was seeing this right now. Oh God, they're gonna think I live with a poor.
Has she noticed me?
At this point, she's starting to de-stress, so yeah, she probably does. Because you're out of the busiest area. There's not a hell of a lot of just regular traffic in the residential district. Not dense anyway, and there's certainly not that many animals. Most of them just stick around their own properties or on the rooftops. But yeah,
Okay.
you managed to get your scheme to work, Rain. He was through. It was safe. But, wow. He is heavy now. It's not that he's any heavier, but he seemed to get so through the extent of you carrying through the city for such a long period.
Just gain
Yeah.
density somehow.
Like, this is foot distance. This is, you're looking at maybe a mile or two. Possibly more.
Yep. She's
hard-
just like, oh no.
And he's just
Imagining Ray did not walk through the city with straight legs, is bent into the side.
She's thinking she needs to get herself a basket to put on her back at this stage.
Oh yeah, give him close proximity to your throat.
Oh, yeah, because it doesn't matter which way you direct him. He's an owl, so he can just turn his head almost 180 degrees.
Yep.
How's so
But-
freaky? Man.
But you do get look down and just see his little face smushed in the pocket. He's asleep, thankfully. He's resting, comfortable. He doesn't have these shooting pains through his knees and up his thighs. His shoulders are fine. And yeah, then you spot Zarzul with his wave.
I wave in passing.
I believe she's full of reactions.
Oh,
Yep.
sorry. Can you repeat that? I did not hear it because it went garbled.
Yep, that sounds about right. I waved as I went past.
Oh yeah, she would have very tiredly waved and kind of went, and then just kept going. She's tired. She wants to go home.
Yep, and when you're at home, there is the dwarf. With his pet, and they look kind of fresh. Like, he's having to hold up Lorna quite a bit. But, I mean, he looks like he had a fun day.
I mean, technically, we had a fun day. I'm just exhausted. Once we got out of the city, we were fine.
First the wizard and now the owl.
She would immediately go up to the bedroom to go take a nap.
Just ignores Malgern.
Oh yeah, she is not interested right now. She's like, oh heck no, I ain't got time for this.
Malgern, you fiddle with the lock to get back into the house, and as you open the door, Rain just pushes past you. Got a hell of a gut on her right now. Yet none of it's translated to behind.
Malvern. Did he get remuted on my screen?
No, he
No,
hasn't said anything.
no, I have.
There we go.
I haven't said
Okay,
anything
good.
because
Yep.
I just blanked for a second.
Well, she blanked you.
Yeah.
It's a powerful thing to do socially.
Well, she's not going to acknowledge me. I'm not going to acknowledge her.
It's like the kind of blanking someone would do if you tried to have a shit in a wicker chair.
I'm sorry,
God.
what?
Oh, you weren't there for that. Okay.
I think it was the episode of Black Books.
All right, yeah.
How was I supposed to?
The thing cleaner, why do you have that in your kitchen? Why do you have that in your bathroom? Look at his
I like
face.
your hair.
Yeah. Look at our son. What? He's a child. They always look like that. Everything's new to them. Kid's just fucking open mouth shocked. But yeah, home sweet home. Congrats having to step aside as Rain marches her way up the stairs. which there's some creaks. There's some shifting wood on the upper floor when you hear that. Like it can hold support. It's just been a while since anyone's really walked around that area, and he's quite hefty. Yeah. Nice day, Rain, I guess.
Oh, hi. I'm very tired. I got a fireball dropped on my head.
Yeah, I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just rest up.
That's what I'm gonna do, and I took Pufflesworth for a run. And when I say run, I mean run. Everywhere.
Well, it'll be good for him to have gotten out. Yeah.
Yeah, he's sleeping. That's why I'm carrying him across the city. And also so that he doesn't squish another cat.
Oh.
He didn't squish it dead, he just squished it.
Okay. Might need some training then.
I know. He was being an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah, then rest up. See you around dinner. Do you want woken up for that?
Oh, please. Otherwise, I'll probably sleep through the night and probably half of the next morning.
Yeah. Yeah. All right then. Night.
Thank you.
And then the
And
big.
right in the room.
Yep. And you realize, oh god, this room is awful compared to Horizon West's apartment. You just have this lame ass bedroll on a straw mattress. The door locks, but you've got nothing in here that's really personalized. And there's a hole in the corner that leads down to the dwarf's room.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look back at the door, and there's all that bits that he chewed up and scraped that's been patched up with a little board. You think maybe Orbison did that? It looks like sturdier wood, thick nails. But yeah, it's just a case of you're living in an echo box.
Yeah.
And if you get to the end of the room where the hole is, there will be emanations of what happens in the dwarf's room.
You turned into a robot, by the way.
Did I? For anyone else?
Not-
just
nope,
just
not
for her.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
just mobile connection being iffy for.
Oh, goody. I can't hear anybody. Everybody's a robot.
I guess you're having some issues then.
I have returned with chicken. It is
In-game
being
and out of
already,
game.
prepared, as it were,
Are you just talking in game or out of game?
and offered
he-
to Lorna.
He's talking in game, but
Yeah.
I just thought it was weird. Like, yeah, I've returned to chicken. Yeah.
Oh no, you
Just
don't get to
cook.
simply have a moment in the merchant quarter. You roll me a d20, you motherfucker.
Did I DC?
No,
we
he
can,
didn't.
We can hear you. Can you hear
Am I
us,
back?
Webgun?
Pio was also connecting and disconnecting.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh geez.
It's interesting, isn't it, Scotch, how we've never had these fucking issues. We've used Discord
That's
for
the thing
years. He's the only other person I remember who has not had an issue with Discord.
My issue is most of the time not with Discord, but Windows will change my audio settings every once in a while and
Or having
cause me to.
yeah.
you
Or
know.
just forgetting that you're on push to talk instead of voice activity. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but that's not Discord. That's me.
Yeah. But I've never heard Scotch have an issue with the audio. I haven't, and then it seems to be a constant for PO, Webgun, and that's no surprise for Rena because she's on a mobile device. Can you hear us,
The
Web?
other day,
Hey, there we go.
Okay.
Okay, hey.
Welcome back, you. Web, can you hear us?
Yep, I can hear you. Can you
Good,
hear
good.
me?
Okay. Yeah,
we can hear you now. Yeah, we could hear you before as well.
Rena.
Yep, I'm back.
Right.
Okay.
As I was saying, you do not get to just peacefully go to the merchant district. You roll me a d20, you motherfucker.
Okay, let's see if this is still working. Here we go.
You also meet a familiar face for a moment. You can see the hobgoblin woman also buying chicken.
Okay. Hello, friend.
Hello, little one. Oh, that's the right words. Yes, hello.
Hello. How are you doing today?
Well, ankles swollen, but a quick spell will be done. Are you coming tonight?
Tonight I had not heard of anything yet.
No, just wondering. People loved your fight with the dwarf.
Ah, maybe. Who knows? I'll find out later. Let me see that ankle.
Oh, it's fine. It's covered by the arena. Is all right. You also notice that, although it's been a while since you've spoken to her, she did not talk in a stilted manner the first time you met her. There is definitely a strangeness to her voice right now.
Okay, interesting.
Like, it's still the voice you kind of remember, but it's just the pacing and the accent. Like, there's a little odd accent, but obviously I can't replicate. I'm not a voice actor. That she's trying to put on.
That's fine.
So I see it as if she's pretending to have another voice, or
Yeah.
Slightly more upmarket, as it were.
Not upmarket, just different, you know?
Okay, no, that's fine.
And what of your beard friend? Dwarf.
He's doing reasonably well today. Maybe we'll see you later.
You are always welcome to the arena.
Thank you.
Gadden, he asks for you.
Get in.
He's the Black
Who
Dragonborn.
Geddon is. Okay. Ah,
The two of you were firing off arrows at the bar when Cornelius got murdered.
okay.
For some reason, the two of you were both cursed in dice rolls that night.
Yeah, it happens all too often with our group. Well, I may see you later. It is good seeing you again.
Yes, it is good to make contacts. You could be a fun fight. Is it only with... You only really focus with the bow. You did well against the dwarf, but... You move well.
Yes, bow is where I generally work. It's more. I hate to say it's a little on the squishy side. I've
That's
been known
fine.
to fall.
I was thinking we could,
By the way,
patient.
Zazel's still wandering around at 29 hit points, which is one below half. So he's
So he still looks a little dinged up.
yeah.
No,
he still has a black.
I was wondering, Patience, she has the tall green. I was thinking we could come up with... You see, like, her shoulders drop for a moment, and she sort of just twists her head. Yeah, we could come up with something as the accent drops. One of those little, almost scripted performances, the two of us.
Possibly.
You want to assist making Raxis WWE.
That's what Malgern wanted, and he got turned into a fucking chicken. This isn't fair.
No, you are being put into fixed fighting. That's different.
No, we could still do this. Malgern can be the heel.
He could easily join in. He just has to talk to the management and not some random dude who was in the crowd.
Yep.
I'm not a smart dwarf. Let's just say that.
He's known as the Clucker.
Oh, God damn it!
You were hobbled by someone who's not even respectable enough to have a decent nickname.
I'll have a think about it, and maybe I'll see you tonight.
Yeah, no worries. We'll see you when I see you. Maybe if Orbinson is a nice man tonight.
We'll find out.
And yeah, it's
good seeing you. It's been good seeing you. We'll catch up later.
Yes, indeed. I've heard a lot about you. Yes, I'm done. Yes. She walks off with 4 chickens on a line.
A lot of chickens.
Mm-hmm.
I pick up 2.
You're out 5 silver. It's gotten a bit pricier.
Okay.
But yeah, steaming, glistening, hot, beautiful. It's also when you realize you've got certain tastes. Like, lately I've just been putting chicken breasts into the oven with no seasoning whatsoever. Have not needed a change. Used to doing garlic butter, sweet chili and all. Doesn't fucking need it anymore.
And off I go, back through the city.
Yes. Peacefully, with no further hassle, roll me a d20.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
You lock eyes with another kobold. Give me an intelligence roll.
Oh.
Intelligence. Do you just want a straight intelligence save roll? Or?
Just no, not even intelligence save, just a straight roll. He sees the recognition in your eyes and fucking books it. It's the spiv.
Ooh. He's the one who might have shaved Wolfgang.
He is the one who definitely did something to Wolfgang's fur, yes.
Fucking get him.
But he's got 2 hot chickens in his arms right now.
I know who it was.
He was also not dressed like you... Like the last time you saw him, he was dressed like one of the general laborer kobolds.
Okay. Just as a...
no.
Hang on. Let's make sure I can do this before I say it. How many spell slots have I got left? Ooh,
Go see if you can hunter's mark him.
No, that only lasts 10 minutes. It's not going to be long enough.
Mm.
I was thinking of actually casting locate object for the dagger, just to see if he had it on him.
Well, if you want.
Because he's
If
one of the
if I may point out something, you did that earlier today and it didn't ping.
But I'm in a different area of the city.
Mm-hmm.
It's
like,
not a
locate
huge
object
area.
does not do the entire city. It's only like, what, like 300 meters? Or 300 feet? There's a 1 mile.
Something. So, yeah, I think it's 3. Hang on.
Yeah, ping the spell. Like, it's not all-encompassing. Yeah, 1,000 feet of you.
Yeah.
So not that far a range, really.
Yeah. So I'm...
Okay.
You gonna do it?
By my last high level spell slot. Oh well.
You do not
We'll
get a
have to cast-
ping.
Okay, so he's not carrying it at least. Or it's
He's
not
probably
needing
already
it.
sold it off long ago.
Well, I've tried twice in the city and haven't found it, so maybe it's left the city already.
Or maybe it's somewhere obstructed by all those materials.
Yeah, possibly. But at least he's not carrying that. That would be slightly worrying.
It's also a case of, like, 1,000 feet wouldn't even extend out of a merchant quarter, you know? Because that's not a lot of distance, really.
No, it's 300 meters, basically. It's bugger all.
Yeah.
It's like just slightly down the road.
You take any further action, he's already gotten a lead on you.
No, I'm just gonna... head back. Did I see he's wearing a necklace or anything that might have been unique?
Give me a perception roll.
So I might just save something like that for later for an item search. Better read that spell again. I might be able to do that.
Yeah, describe or name an object as familiar to you, so... He did have some very fancy gloves on. They had a web pattern on them.
Okay, interesting. I might be able to do something with that later.
Yeah, they did look
For
distinct.
for now, I'll head back.
I never like hearing web pattern.
It's fine. What could possibly be strange about a web pattern? Spiders don't really mean anything bad in the Forgotten Realms. They're just an insect. They're just part of the natural food chain.
Wait a minute. Did you
Totally.
say insect?
Well,
You
I
said
know,
insect.
they're arachnids, they're not insects, but you know what I mean. They're basically in the same class of creature. In a world where a sturge is a normal beast.
That is true.
But yeah, for purposes of stuff like summon insect and all, you could probably get away with summoning spiders with that. But yes, no further issues, Arzul, as you reach for home.
Okay. Yep.
Malgurn, any further notes in settling, or are you just getting comfortable?
I'm just doing dwarf things.
I poke my head in to see Lorna and Malgurn. Assume they're in their room at the moment.
How dwarfy do you want to get, to Malgurn?
Well, I mean, I just want to relax after doing the thing.
Because you did, for the first time in possibly Malgurn's life, did make friends with some dwarves.
Yeah.
And he's forgotten about them because he didn't even put them down in his notes.
What notes?
I hand one of the chickens to Malgurn and say, "This is for Lorna."
I accept the chicken, and I'm going to attempt to feed the beast.
It takes a little effort because she's already asleep, but you just push it against her face for a bit. You see the lip curl a bit, the teeth go, and then the eyes start to light up a little bit, and then it's just gone.
Yep. Hooray.
For a moment, then it's back out of her mouth. Now she's just dragging her tongue on it, mostly catching your hand as well. Luckily, you're still wearing a glove.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Is I want to keep both my hands.
And then she puts her chin on it and just rests it, pushing it down into the ground with your hand trapped there. And a nudging and a pawing and a pushing with it. Then the tentacle comes out and just sort of slaps it once. There's grease stains all over the floor now. Just flecks and strings of chicken about. Before she finally drags it back and then just sort of sleeps against it.
That sounds like a cat, yeah.
Not a cat. Any and all similarities to a cat are purely coincidental.
Yeah.
But she accepted it.
Yeah, I met that hobgoblin lady in town. She was wondering whether we'd be coming around the arena tonight. You want to head out for a drink, possibly?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I look at Lorna. I don't think she's going to be doing much. Yeah, I could do that.
Yeah, I think she's reasonably safe at this point. Probably we should let somebody know just to keep an eye on her. Droop at least.
Yes, Droop.
Yeah, he's the problem child, obviously.
Uh-huh.
Yep. So that may be a plan for later. So who else is here? We've just got yeah, Rena and Rena with Pufflesworth, Rain. Yeah.
And she is out cold.
Yep.
Is Pufflesworth.
To the best of your knowledge. Based on the fact that you cannot see him.
That's actually somewhat frightening.
Well, he's in a room.
Yeah,
Yes.
but we don't. He could be anywhere. He could even.
He could be right behind you.
I don't know, I'm looking at his stealth modifier. It's not that he could be anywhere.
Thankfully,
Okay.
stealth doesn't run on charisma.
I mean, he's not weak anymore either.
His
That's
stealth
what I'm
relies on
worried about. Yeah.
his stealth relies on the very soft undergrowth of a forest.
It still involves not moving.
Correction, owlbears don't stealth. They run up to you and you die.
Yeah.
Grizzlies
That's
are not that stealth. Yeah. Grizzlies are not inherently stealthy. They can manage it, though.
Well, as a baby, though, they would probably, stealth by just staying put, and then their mom comes and gets them.
Sort of. Owlbears kind of have the temperament of a honey badger.
Even
Don't
as
give a
infants?
Yeah, it's potentially, yeah. Yeah, they don't give a fuck. They don't give up.
Yeah, but usually that's not when they're like babies. That's
But
when they
he's a
get
brat.
older.
Yeah, but he's a brat.
He's an idiot.
He's the best. Look at the things he has killed. That he
Look at the
thinks
mountains he has conquered.
Yeah. He beat a dwarf. A big, tall, hairy dwarf, practically a bear itself. That's the thing, Malgern. I mean, you might hate him, but he sees you as tall.
Yet.
For now.
Yeah, there we go. For now. And then we have Castalia finish with a workday. That was an amazing sight. I don't mean your bum, that's also great. But that hammer coming down and up, things being done. Oh, the way you grabbed those tongs and actually did work. They moved around, they picked up things, put them down, put them elsewhere, held things in place while they were hot. Oh, I wish I could love again. A hard worker is a beautiful thing. Now I just need 10 more. I'll probably be a little less happy then, because I'll have to pay them as well, but by that point it'll be comfortable enough. I'll have a workload, I'll have some labour to do it. I think I could become a happy man with just a small little workforce, nice and humble.
I'm keeping an ear to the ground for any prospective smiths.
Oh, I've been doing the same as well. I mind you, I'm kind of going to the wrong places to pick up skilled, trusted labour, but I fancy a tipple, and conversation just flows once alcohol has. So far, all I've found are people who can fucking lace a shoe, and that's the height. Maybe button up their leather armour. Now, I did see one lady who said she could polish a sword like an expert, and I admit I was a little tempted, but I decided, nah, she probably wouldn't know to sharpen it as well. So, yep. Let's take a look now. We have that done. We've got a few bits on the go. I can pick up some of this for another hour or two, but for now, yeah, I'm done with you. Get the fuck out. Take these coins as a paltry pittance on your talent.
Thank you.
Remember that I love and cherish you like a daughter that I'll never have. And please come back the next day. Don't come back to me saying, oh, we've got some sort of quest. Every time you do that, I grow a little bit older. You're putting years on me. But work here and you're taking years off and we're getting money. This is a wonderful thing to combine. But yeah, for now I'm sick of the sight of you. See ya.
Yep, see ya.
You made yourself 60 gold.
Nice.
He is really pleased that you came back a second day. And what you're seeing here is incentive to come back again. It's also 10 more gold than you got paid from a mine. So what endeavor do you take on now?
Oh, no, just...
You
Actually,
said
I forgot my train of thought, so never mind.
Okay. Just looking at the fact that, man, it's more profitable to simply have a job than be an adventurer.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to comment on. Like, oof.
But the glory.
Exactly. The glory of the treasure. You don't get magic items from working in a store. Unless you happen to work in a curiosity store, which has amazing conversation pieces. Can I recommend a pickle goblin? He has one without the jar, if as space is your concern.
God. I also have it in dried condition.
That one's
That's
teriyaki
most-
flavor.
Oh,
Sometimes when you're traveling, you need exotic rations, you know? Something to pep things up a little bit.
Exotic
something to
butters.
keep your ogre happy.
Yeah. Maybe you have an exotic pet. Maybe it has some preferred tastes and you don't want to get a taste for, say, a humanoid. Well,
we
give,
also
it a,
know
give it a horrible little
we also
monster.
know how it is when you have a cat. Like sometimes they just don't want to eat despite it being exactly the same. It's just a different brand.
Yeah. Get them off wet food, give them dried people for a change. Especially if the cat happens to not be a cat. But yes, Castalia, the sun's setting a little bit, but that's mainly because you're in autumn turning winter, you know? The days are not lingering long. It is still, like, nominally cold, but you're in the bustling district right now. There's a lot of heat coming off steeds, various people. Like, it is busy. The streets are getting a bit more packed as well as the nightlife comes alive. But it's only around about, you'd probably say, not long after lunchtime. Do you have an objective, a destination in mind, a person to annoy?
I'm going to check on congrats first.
You head into the temple district. It's nowhere near the traffic. Not at all. This place, even though it has the poor district in it and the kobold house, it's really only, like, this area here that has the movement. Also, I completely forgot there is a park here, but it's part of Kobold House. It's not actually a public park. But yeah, it's really
public
only...
park slash public waste.
It's a forest reclamation project. There's just a plaque that says it's in honor of Atagoon, and that is it. There's nothing else on the land. It is barren. Practically salted. But yeah, funnily enough, you don't immediately spot your brass boy. But asking around a little bit, it's easy to say, have you seen a Dragonborn who is taller than two of us combined and broader than four of us? Also, he's made of shining brass, and he happens to glow constantly of a luminous, heroic light. They direct you to the library. And you can see where Zarzul was found before in the kids' area. He's sitting among the kids as one of the stories is being read.
Are there apple slices to be had?
Yeah, but he is, he's raised a hand. No thanks. You can give a second one to one of the girls. And a tiefling is actually the one in the habit telling the story. Quite a nice simple one. Again, it's that usual theme in Raxis of knightly honor and deeds. Well, it's a tale of a grand female knight who sallied forth against... roll me a d... roll d10, let's simplify this.
Alright. 7.
We're doing dice Mad Libs. Yes, it takes her a little while to get the kids to understand the name of it, but she explains the creature as the Remmer Haze. And then goes in depth. You can see a little bit of the devilishness flickering as she's describing this horrid monster to these impressionable children. But she does it with a smile and a gentle voice, explaining that there are these horrible centipede-like creatures, but they have large, bright eyes, horrible fanged mouths, and a bony, fin-like area to them where they would have many legs. And they glide beneath the snow. But, despite being in the most horrid of cold conditions, they leech on heat, they have a fire breath, they are horrible, evil creatures. And then she gleefully explains how the knight sallies forth, takes them on, cutting out a forest, a whole nest of them, It's a nice little tale, very simple though. I mean, not as much detail on the blood and mayhem as you were hoping for. You know, it wouldn't keep you awake to read it. Not enough for the kiddies, it seems. They clap.
I'm guessing there's also not none of the children that was close to the port district that's in there.
No, there are.
Okay.
That's not why they're not telling any stories about the Oni or any kind of nightmares. That's
In the
creeping in the city.
gentrified district.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, in the poor district, they get to come here because charity. Alms for the poor, treatment, good education for the kids. Don't let them always stay poor. Progressive plans.
America could learn from that.
Although this is a base level education, it's not the same as the school down here.
And where Cornelius just asked if he could borrow a couple of books.
There's no shame in later education, young man. Was that his most embarrassing moment?
I don't know if it's the most embarrassing, it's more of an awkward moment.
Well, it didn't help because Rain was right there laughing at him.
Yeah.
And not at all helping his story of, I am a grown-ass professional human.
Nope.
I am here to look for history, I am not here to enroll.
Because let me tell you, the education, because the amount of learning material in this city appears to be abominably poor.
Mm-hmm. For historical sake. A lot of fiction, though. A lot of general learning. So yeah, Pio. That's the scene you witness, a story you hear a little bit.
I'm gonna share this with the others at dinner time.
And then you see Kagrat's shifting. He's making a few excuses. Just said, "I know it's usually you first, kids, but I take up a lot of room here, so I'll just back away, give you plenty of space. Don't you worry." And yeah, he fills the aisle vertically and horizontally, because of course he's in his full armor. He has to look that way.
Mm-hmm.
Although you're glad to see his flaming maul is not here. And yeah, he spots you very quickly because you tend to stand out in places. In the case of a library, you're in your dingy workman's clothes with a red skin. You kind of go against the general gray and white color scheme of the library. Oh, hi, Tally.
I just came to check up on how you were doing.
It was a lot of fun. Nice little story to hear.
Mm-hmm. Feeling
yeah.
better, I hope? After this morning.
Yeah, I'm just overly comfortable, that's all. I can take anything like that there. It's no bother at all. You've seen me take worse.
Mm-hmm. But I
So-
still like to make sure.
Yeah, I mean, I was fine. It was you I was worried about as well, but also very comfortable. Easy trap, that one.
Indeed.
And while he's doing his usual sort of unsure speaking, you do notice he is shifting around a little bit. Like the kids are filtering past. There's little greets and highs. And, they're all basically saying they've had a nice day. It's a general nice atmosphere, but he is very fidgety, shifting a lot, trying to get himself through the aisle and out of the library kind of quick.
Then I will assist and help as best I can.
No, it's not hard. It just takes a little bit of time, and he does seem to calm down a bit once he's out of the library. Like you see him straighten up a bit, not just for the size constraints, but you do see like the shoulders lower, the breath come out, the chest lower. Work. Good day at work.
Yes.
How's Joseph?
Oh, he's doing quite well. Managed to put in a good amount of work today.
Not surprised. I mean, you'll brighten up any room you're in, and you work perfectly with fire. The coloration, I mean, you blend in really well with that, and
Oh, you big lug. You don't have to flatter me so much.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I'll be honest, not just you. I've got to deal with anyone who's feeling a little down or out. I know you aren't, but I'm saying as example. Yeah. The oath of glory. I've got to make people perform as best they can, be all they can be. I think I read that on a poster once.
Be all that you can be.
Question is, was that the Army or the Navy?
Army.
That was American Army.
Yeah.
Well, I just know it because I remember the periscope up, or periscope down to move the
Yeah,
Kelsey
that's where I know that bit from. They just shout, "That's the Army, sailor." As you're just fucking mopping this up. Do you want to? I got nothing else at the moment. We could do something, or go somewhere.
Yep. Sure. Where would you be most comfortable?
It's not a place. Because I'm gonna flatter you again. You didn't see that one coming so quickly. I think you probably did. Yeah,
I did. But it's fine. It's still sweet.
Yeah, let's go. You can really see just a blank on his face and ideas of where to go. Because it's not just flattery, you can tell. Yeah, he's happy enough when you're here. That's about it. Oh, we should probably I don't need to be in this as he clanks his armor and big fist on the chest. We'll head home. I'll get this off and we can do something a bit more comfortably. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'll think on the way. Yeah. And the party wonder, how the fuck did he become a paladin? How is he meant to guide and lead people?
Well, I imagine the issue isn't so much when leading people as so much when he has his hot tiefling girlfriend.
Oh no, to be fair, he is always like this.
Okay.
Yeah. Even when he was down and out, he was still a stammerer.
I assume it's part of his charm at this point.
I just imagine it was because he was uncomfortable right now because he has claustrophobia. And he's still recovering after sitting through the whole reading.
Is this the wrong time to mention I'm agoraphobic?
Well, what's wrong with Al Gore? He's telling you about Manbear Pig. Why are you afraid of him? Are you afraid of the Truth Braider? Is that your problem?
Yes.
Well, the sky is blue.
Oh God!
Fuck you, haha. Also, water is actually blue, but in very small amount. You have to really sort of dense it up. Well, that's what we could watch for spooky season then. QI. That'll get him.
Oh God.
Roll me a d20 as you pass through a merchant district, because something is always happening there.
I like this random event table.
Less a table, just more of brackets.
All right.
Still.
What is it? A 1d10?
D20.
Okay. 19.
19. You do see the gaggle of kobolds, the brides, the husbands. They have swarmed. They have swarmed a stall that is just filled with foreign chotskis, and it is fucking bare in a moment.
Oh my.
But one of them does spot you, approach. It's the one who is offering herself as a bride to Zarzul.
Oh, good afternoon.
Hello, Lady Von Talia. I am the Lady Gypsum, Renabok. It is a pleasure to meet a fellow lady.
Likewise.
And you, oh, a handsome suitor. Congrats, yeah. Such a large, shiny gentleman. You have picked very well, Lady Von Talia.
I like to think we picked each other.
Yeah, that's pretty much all there, honestly. I'm bad with making that kind of statement. But you're so shiny and impressive and large. And you can see her pupils basically dilating as she takes in his stature. He looks like one who could find for you a great hoard.
She's gonna be a homewrecker.
At which point you remember your boy is basically destitute. As much as he shines, his gold purse is fucking empty all the time.
Yes, my horde.
Ooh, that's an interesting idea. A horde of men. And women and
Do
workers.
remember to emphasize that word very specifically.
That could be very useful. So much purpose combined into one pile.
Oh, it's like that comic I linked for Rena earlier. You are my treasure.
I don't get a lot of value for you, but I treasure you. You know, like they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Oh no, it's the bottom post in general. I thought it was great.
Oh yes, as a gift from one lady to another, who has chosen a fine man, a fine scaled behemoth. Yeah, I'm just a little tall for my size. He's very uncomfortable with her. It's kind of like a man being confronted by the girl gremlin.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's
Just hand you a fine little gift though. It is a vase. It's quite small, like it would fit a handful of flowers, about, sort of like a forearm length tall. It is violently colorful though. Like it has most of the colors that could possibly exist, you're pretty sure, as you rotate it slowly in your hands. Just all over the place. There's a pattern, maybe, but you might not have the eyeballs that could see.
Ooh.
You may require to be a mantis shrimp to really take in the artistic quality of this. Or it's just kind of haphazard. But it's finally finished. Like, the material doesn't feel too bad, either. It's a new import from Jurat. Very, very high class. It'll be all the rage for a few months.
Oh, thank you.
That's a secret from one lady to another.
Huh. I'll keep it under wraps.
She taps her snout, but she completely misses her nose. She just hits somewhere in the middle of a bridge. And then they are gone. Like, it is a gaggle that just tears through like locusts. People part ways, because of course you don't fuck with a noble's spouses, even when they're kobolds. Even when they're Verenenbox, The merchant at the stall, however, is just fucking piling the coins up bit by bit. He looks very nervously left and right for a moment, just to make sure no one's coming towards the stall, as he just enjoys seeing the mounds. Because kobolds don't haggle. These ones don't. But yeah, after that you are unassailed for the rest of the time and get back to the house.
Nice.
See, here's the problem with your idea, Scotch, is you're basically having a second session where you don't get to play.
what was his idea?
Oh, we'll get to that.
Okay, yeah. So obviously he'll get playing. I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. And by the time Armor is disheveled, Noel is getting about dinner time. So a quick thing is worked up in the kitchen with Zarzul, Kagratz, and Orbinson. To be honest, Zarzul, it feels quite cozy. It's nice to work as part of a unit.
Excellent.
And they're even very accommodating of you. Like, there's no point where you feel like, no one's going to bring me a still or anything like that there. It's a well-oiled machine. Like Orbinson, he's definitely worked in places where he's had to be professional about this sort of thing. Koresh just has a natural talent for it, and you are actually improving with their advice. How much you care about that much is up to you. there's also a case of both you and Orbison are kind of the mediators to make sure that Kagratz doesn't make things to his exact qualifications. Because you do see that big old, very expensive rope of peppers and chilies.
Yeah, we don't need to use it all.
Uh,
Sometimes
no,
less is more.
I know that. It's how I was taught to make it. But I mean, a few more would just really round the flavors out. Yeah, maybe 4. I mean, just look at this one. This is getting dried out perfectly. It is like I made sure the sunlight is hitting it just right, and it's really ready to go. And you're just working on a fucking stew. But yeah.
No. We'll take it. We'll take it subdued this evening.
Although Kagratz does actually pass off a task to you, Castalia. Oh, I said I'd wake up Rain for dinner, so please.
Certainly.
You're the best. You really are. And he managed to give your tail a little bit of a grab whenever you turn. As in the literal tail. So yeah, you get to see what's happened in Rain's room.
Oh boy.
As you push open the door, Rain is in the corner of the room, still asleep. There is this weird dress she's wearing that is also like a pocket. One big unified pocket. And there is this brown furry lump just sort of leaking out of it into the hole in the corner of the room. You assume Pupplesworth has dragged her this way because there's deep gouges in the floor where he has been putting his claws in and just pulling.
I've taken Pupplesworth out of the thing.
Why is it always pockets with her, I wonder?
Because women, for some reason, don't get to have pockets in their normal clothing, which is fucked up.
Well, I mean, even if she had normal pockets, I don't think there's such thing as an owlbear pocket.
There is now.
Oh, if you look online, you will see all these kinds of horrendous fashionata papooses and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Just think of Snuggie. But you see, Rain, it's not that you took him out, it's that he got back in. Because that was warm. But also he kind of wanted to explore and do things a little bit, just a little bit. So yeah, that's what you see, Castalia.
Dear. Well, let's see.
What spell do I use in that little shit before I wake her up? Can I make it look like an accident? The temptation is there, don't even deny it.
It is, like, and I do have a spell. I really do, but I also really don't want it. I really do want to use it, but I really don't want to use it.
You can talk us through what's going on in Cassalia's mind right now if you want.
Alright. That little shit is right there. This is the perfect opportunity. I could just banishing smite his ass into another realm for 1 minute.
Does that not become permanent, like banish? Or is it just for that minute?
It's just for that minute.
Oh, that's...
I'm considering where her powers come from. He probably winds up in the Shadowfell.
Do it.
Oh, Christ.
Can you open a drink for this?
Send you to the Shadow Realm. takes out her card.
But the thing is, it does 5d10 damage. I'm not sure how much HP he has.
And more importantly, you kind of mark your card at that point. It is on.
Yeah.
Time to play Magic the Gathering.
I will hold that in reserve and just try to wake Rain.
You resist the temptation to banish his ass to the Shadowfell for a minute, unconscious and bleeding. Potentially.
No, it would be to a harmless demisphere, where he'd just be incapacitated. So he literally wouldn't know what happened.
Yeah, he's got to know what happened, otherwise it's not worth it.
It's about sending a message, huh, Braider?
Yeah.
God, it just reminds me as well of the Duel Masters dub, where they had the awkward attempt to include their Japanese phrases. So they say, like, Tadomi da! Just feels really weird. It's also like a bit like a Ghost Hunters and Samurai Pizza Cats dub, where they just decide, fuck it.
Oh, I just fucking love it when someone made a video about how they would censor Yu-Gi-Oh! Like the whole invention of sending someone to the Shadow Realm.
Yep. Well,
But also the part where they made sure to keep one image extended and then put in a sound effect of a slingshot getting pulled, so they didn't show the gun that shot the guy in the back, but he was just getting hit by a rock from a slingshot, so he'd fall down and disappear into the Shadow Realm.
I mean, the best, of course, was Dragon Ball, a home for infinite losers. Fucking genius. Absolute genius.
I still say the best was Bandit Keith.
Well, that's a bridge, though, isn't it?
No, they censored it. They censored it where he's literally pointing his fingers like a gun at Pegasus's head.
Oh, okay. They removed an actual gun. Okay.
Bandit Keith is a good character.
He is America, the character.
Yeah, it's great. I love everything about it.
And now I'm going back home to Canada.
To Canada.
And yeah,
you say catchphrases. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, a little jostle and a little push, and Rain is not the delicate lady at this point when she's coming awake. And again, as a half-elf, like, is it proper? Like, they can't even... Like, they choose if they trance or sleep. Can a half-elf nap? These are important biological concerns to work out. That must be part of what makes elves so insufferable. They have no need to nap. They are always on. Fuck you, don't be so fucking cheerful in the middle of the day when we are completely tapped out. You make it act like there's another 12 hours where we're going to be active. Fuck you. Rain, you're conscious.
Oh, hi.
Hello. It's time for dinner.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Your friend has redecorated a little.
She looks around.
No, it looks as shitty as it ever did. No, but Castelli, the hole's always been there.
Yeah.
It's been a feature of the room.
Yeah, it was there before Pufflesworth.
A reminder that you still have that second floor room with no floor.
Mm-hmm.
We are not going to fix that, are we? It's technically not our problem when we leave. Is that the motto we're going with?
I mean, that's the party's fucking motto for life. Although you can dial it back to, it's not just when we leave, it's also because it's not involving us.
I had nothing to do with it, Your Honor.
Look at that, what a wonderful hovel. Expertly drawn.
Oh man. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Manga artists were on 5 levels above everyone else.
Anyway.
Wow. Head is turning into a 6-shooter. Anyway, you were saying, Chorus?
Yes, I was talking about D&D, I think, at one point. That is when there is a wizard at the door.
Oh no.
You know that because Drew hears him. He knows it's Cornelius. He was looking out the window excitedly.
Wagging his tail.
Pervert.
Ugh.
Cornelius, it's been a bit of an evening. Which is odd because it's been a day instead.
Yeah.
But it feels like you have just done nothing but the nightlife. Because hanging out with Megrin has its requirements.
Yeah.
Malgurn is built for that. You, as an epicure, not as much. But he
You
took
used
you
to
to some
spit
interesting places. While you were talking with him, spending a lot of time discussing, there was a few change of locations. You don't even know the name of the bar, but when you got in, they put a black towel over your head. You had to keep yourself low and hum so that anyone would know not to approach you. And you were served drinks in very small, shallow little dishes that could only be sipped from. But man, some good wine. You also now know that among your names, you are also now 84. Somehow they knew that you were number 84 in that bar.
Oh no.
You did not get to keep the black towel. Then there was a place where you were trying to stare at the floor because Megrin wanted to also include Sigfrida and Kendra, but they were also doing one of their other jobs, and man, you were not prepared for that kind of stage. On the bright side, Patience didn't show up, and the drinks were not bad.
You know, I would assume that at that point the patients would probably have been sighing a breath of relief. That there was actually hope.
Oh no, don't forget, if a wizard has sex, then he loses all his power. This is a well-established fact in the Discworld. But
Yeah,
yes,
because it's only the seventh son of the seventh son of the seventh son, isn't it? That's gonna be a wizard.
no, it's a sorcerer.
That's a sorcerer.
Although I think it's spelled source. Like that's one who is properly, like, naturally gifted with the ability to use magic, instead of having to convince spells to take up residence in their mind. That was all. I did love the conclusion of that, though. It wasn't any spells with salted. No, it was fucking Rincewind putting a brick in a sock and just beating up and screaming and wailing at the insectoid creatures. They were interested in magic. They did not know how to handle physical punishment.
Yeah.
Half brick and a sock was all you needed.
Yep. But yeah,
Of course, he didn't actually manage to get out of the dungeon dimensions. He was stuck there.
he came out
guys,
eventually. But yeah, it took a while to articulate exactly what you wanted to do, partly because your glass kept filling up, partly because Megrin was a hooping and hollering type of guy. But you were able to steer him.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, imagine it probably started out regularly in the beginning where it was just a quick refill where it's just talking about how shit the day went.
But then there was moments you remember where your glass was full and he was already pouring the bottle into it.
Yeah.
But you were able to articulate what you were going for, eventually. And you were able to sort of pull him out through the entertainment district up into the temple quarters where there's only a few quieter bars. You got to sit in the cubicle where Kagrat's got to carve his name in as being champion of the drinking contest. You've seen there's now 3 more names added below his. And then, finally, a little bit further north, a few more conversations. An appointment that was very quick. And now you believe you are back home. Like, give me a con save here.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think I remember there being this many doors back home. You only had one.
And someone else opened it for me.
15.
It's rough. Like, you're not blackout, you're not incoherent. But it's a very good thing that Megrin is strong enough to have no bother at all keeping your needly little form straight up and not toppling. You have passed the point of unsupported. But here you are, at the door. With this horrible, smug satisfaction that is vying against the guilt of what happened this morning. Along with just the contentment of, that was some good wine? At some point. Because you cannot specifically remember which ones were good or not. Only that you
Also,
think you might have joined an organization at some point.
Also too bad that I think some of it got emptied out again after re-entering.
There's about 4 different stamps on the back of your hand from clubs and bars. It's making an interesting pattern. You think you could make this into a spell?
Better not show it to Droop. He can. And I dread the result.
And then it's your
At
moment.
this point, you don't have good judgment.
Yep.
Show it to Droop.
He's a wizard. He has never had good judgment. And then you push the door open, because of course Droop has unlocked it hurriedly.
I'm back.
Rain, you feel awful after that nap, after that walk. And all because of the wizard. And now he's so happy and drunk.
Naps are always a gamble.
It's very much a case of the nerve of this asshole.
So he's happily he's very happy with his situation, eh?
Come on, Maker. Watch your head.
Yeah.
Let's just repeat the other part.
Gotta be very careful about it. A whole new adjustment to make.
Oh yeah, careful.
Yep. Oh, this one might need a little bit of tweaking. As you see Megrin bend his back forward in order to get underneath the door frame. And you see that he's got a fancy new set of artisanal legs. Although they're not painted, they're kind of bare, a little bit scuffed in some places, but he's been assured they'll be worked on.
Okay. I got to make her new shoes.
Oh, you got me new shoes too. That's a good idea. I could do. Oh, I got you. Hello.
So
He
I
is
have a
reeking.
question.
Yes.
Does lesser restoration remove drunkenness?
It gets rid of diseases. I wouldn't call drunkenness a disease. Alcoholism, on the other hand, is.
It mentions condition. One
Yeah.
condition.
Wow.
Disease or condition. So would that be a condition?
I would make it a roll-off in this case. Like, I imagine lesser restoration is fucking terrific for hangovers. But for active drunkenness, it's a case of it's still affecting the body, but I'll allow you to attempt.
Are you going to make him sober and have the hangover without the enjoyment of
Yes.
it being drunk before?
Yes.
Oh,
This is
oh
my
man, I've just got this
intention.
beautiful idea of using, like, blight or... what's it? There's one in Xanathar's Guide as well, like wilting, where it's all about dehydration. Imagine the effect that would have on someone who's been blitzed.
Oh God.
You just put them in the most dehydrated state they could get, the migraine they would have.
So what do you want me to roll?
Give me one of your wisdom rolls that has proficiency. You know, basically like a spell attack. Contest it with a con save. Cornelius? He keeps that drunkenness deep in his chest. You don't get to rip it out of him. He retains.
And now I'm at
Can I
this
try
stage
it
where it's like,
again?
"Hey, you want some more to drink? I feel like I could go for some more.
But can I spend another spell slot to try it again?
Why are you...
Why are you waving your fingers around? Why your forearms? Was that also something I did? I
know
can't
what?
remember.
Yes. Give me a spell attack and he gets a con save against it.
Can he make a reaction to use counter spell?
Oh wait, yeah, I can.
You don't have a counterspell left, do you?
Oh yeah, because
Would she-
Arcane
Doing that-
recovery, yeah.
yeah, arcane recovery. I do have a counter spell left.
Yes!
Would you know to do it?
This is
Would
great.
you know that this I'm
To be
I'm
fair,
doing
what
this?
he's done most of the day has been counterspelling you.
I am
it's
well
muscle memory.
familiar with how it looks like when you cast spells.
It's an interesting
Oh, yeah,
moment
yeah,
here.
All she has to do is
Great.
say, Cornelius, look over there, and then you can't see her do it.
I can hear you do it.
Yeah, but you have to say that. You can't just pretend. If you want this
You're
to happen,
also
you have to make it work.
Let's see.
The fucking math just to get him a dead on the wizard.
I love how she hasn't paid one lick of attention to Megran having legs, but she
Yeah,
just wants to fuck up the wizard's happiness.
Well, no, she's happy about the legs bit, but
Yeah,
at the same time, she's just like she wants to get Cornelius back.
Well, you probably have to roll deception.
You could also just let nature's second course and just not help him in the morning.
Oh no! She wants it to happen now.
No, remain served cold, huh?
No, she wants it now.
This is not usually the good thing whenever she says she wants it now.
Wow, this is
Fucking
fucking
hell.
great.
Just be careful, this will set a precedent. She might try it on Malgern sometime.
I mean, I
What's
could
it
see her
got?
doing this.
She does have a random ring. She has the fashion ring. She's going to chuck it over to Cornelius and say, "Hey, Cornelius, can you look at this? I'm not sure. I think it might be broken."
Sure.
And then she's going to try it again so he won't counterspell.
How long do you think that is in the air? Also, I have to catch it, and I mean, I'm going to have to do a dex. I'm guessing.
No,
to-
here's
Well,
the
I mean,
thing.
yeah, give me a...
If you drop it,
Yeah, give
if
me a...
you drop it, you're going to be looking for it.
Yep, you're gonna be prone, basically. Alright. Give me a
Master.
dex roll, unless you've got acrobatics.
I actually
That would be
have one in acrobatics.
Yeah. Proficiency
It's the
helps.
same as my dex modifier.
Oh, then you don't, yeah. Proficiency means you got ticked. Yeah, just click it. It's a small object, and the DC was higher because of drunken, but he does manage to stagger forward. Get it in his hand. It then rolls into his other hand, and then he keeps on rolling it because he likes the motion of it now. But it doesn't even hit the floor.
I'm going to try it again for lesser restoration on the wizard.
Okay, but is that still a verbal?
I can be quiet. I don't have to be loud.
To be fair, you're kind of distracted by the shiny ring.
Okay, fair
Yeah.
Give
enough.
me a perception
Very
roll at
neat,
disadvantage.
Yeah, it's about.
Yeah, perception disadvantage, Cornelius. Because we're just going to make you roll a ton of dice with two of you for this one fucking thing.
Great.
Okay, 9.
Yeah, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You are about the shiny, about the drink. You're thinking, oh, we could totally pawn this off and go back to the fancy restaurant. Hell yeah, I got used to having a black towel on my head and seeing nothing in the room but magical darkness.
Fucked up.
You think you probably committed a crime there.
But again, for the sort of truth of me, I could generally say I do not know.
Yep. And yeah, with that distraction, I will allow the lesser restoration to happen. Cornelius.
It is
Yeah.
touch. She has to reach out and touch him for this.
I was hoping you weren't going to say that, but yeah.
Yeah, I
But-
don't think you're gonna get away with it then.
I mean, it's not like he flinches at the very thought of her touching him. He's not Malgern.
Yeah, but it's more the fact that she's not gonna be able to cast a spell and do it quietly. Regardless if he's fiddling with a ring in his hand.
Well, there's one way to settle this.
We having a good old fashioned roll off.
It's just, initiative from the two of you to see who gets to go first.
Oh, heck.
If she wins, it's basically a surprise round. No, Cornelius
No,
knows. He managed to just, even not really intentionally, just bat your hand away just as the spell's about to go off.
What are you doing?
Sulking and pouting, I imagine.
She is hands on hips. And then goes to take the ring back.
You wanted me to check out the ring?
You did, that's fine.
Oh, okay. Hey! He's got legs! Legs for days!
Like, yeah. All the days after there's no rental limit on these, right? I mean, I keep them.
Legs for days.
Can I see the paper again? I'm not very good at contracts, I gotta admit.
That is a fucking understatement from a party in general.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. And Megrin just starts going into various pockets. He doesn't wear a whole lot, like he's got a vest and trousers, but he's got a lot of pockets on the inside of him, and you just see shit coming out. Coins, bottle caps, bits of bottle that have been smoothed down so they aren't sharp anymore. Little broken bits of the action figures. A few rolled up pamphlets for the play. Yep. You've got it. Yeah, I think you've still got it.
I got it?
Yeah.
Hang on. Just gotta start going through the magic pockets.
Roll me a D100. This could go south really quick.
Yep.
Oh dear. Yeah.
He's reaching into those pockets, people.
Oh no.
You know where the bandana is.
Instead of maybe worrying about whether or not he's gonna get the undrunk, maybe now it's time for people to wake up and start reacting before I click this D100.
Wow.
If people, if people remember what there's in those pockets.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
not here right now, so.
Yes,
Yeah,
you are. You're in the
You're
room.
all here.
Oh, I mean, oh, it's okay. So this isn't happening. Okay.
No, it is
Maybe
happening.
it's someone. I don't think
In
you
that
would have put
case-
it in your belt. You might try your hat.
Yeah.
I
What would I need to do to stop Cornelius from?
I
Reaching
mean,
into his
you
pocket,
you
then.
could talk to him. You could walk up and say, "Hello,
Cor-
Cornelius. Would you not
Yeah,
crumble into
I'll
pockets?"
go over. No, Cornelius, can I let me? I got this.
It's
It's
probably
fine.
in your coat. You know, stuff like that is all optional.
Yeah,
D&D
here-
is a
here,
game
let-
of imagination where you can do almost anything.
It's here. Let me get that for you. And I kind of direct his hand away from the pouch. Into his coat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. And Megrin's got his big, meaty Goliath finger just sort of bashing at your hand, Malgern, which is not that much smaller. Just sort of, it's right there as he's like pushing and prodding against Cornelius, and he's kind of missing all the pockets. I bet he put it there, like as where a wizard would put it.
Yeah, that's where a wizard would put it, yeah.
Oh, you're a wizard? I thought you were just a wizard. Did you get a promotion?
Maybe I did.
You probably
Oh,
did.
no, wait, I used my wit to you. No, I didn't.
Yeah, this man, he did it all for me. Because I'm amazing. Yep. What a friend. What an ally. What a buddy. Yeah.
Yeah. Bloody it is.
I knew he was a good un. I got in a drinking contest with this big... He's bigger than me. I'm fat, though. I'm not fat. I'm rounded. Rounded like a boulder on the beach. He's actually got abs. He's got sculpts for muscles. He's got a bit of a beer belly trying to push through.
Bartress.
No, Megrin.
Oh,
Yes. That was the name of the beer. He's looking at you to see if he's right or wrong.
No, that's you.
No, that's Megrin Cornelius.
Yes,
Cornelius
you.
wasn't there that day.
Bartress is the, and I make the, kind of mimic an ogre, ballista. That's.
I don't think I've seen that play. Is it 4 words? How many syllables?
He is just trying to remember what a syllable is right now.
I'm just confused why we're talking about.
Well, it's because of you miming, so he's just looking at you going, is it 4 words? How many syllables?
I just give up.
But yeah, it was this big ogre called Botris. He was this big, lovely fella. He told me all about his peer. No, Harbour. Peer. His peer on being a big brain guy. That were you, Mr. Cent.
Oh, yeah.
Captain Lord Cent. Aye.
Oh, no. Lord Sid is my brother and my father.
And my granddad.
Yeah.
Right, Mr. Cent.
Yes.
Mr. Cent. That
This is so good.
feels weird in the mouth, but it's a funny word. I mean, it's 3 words, but it's a funny word altogether. Yeah, any reaction from the rest of the party on this?
Malgern is slightly amused. It's fun to see Cornelius wasted.
It's fun to see him on your level for once.
This is what
Remember,
lesser beings with
But
non-Irish.
of course, Megra, you deserve the legs because you're a good friend like my friend here, since you play him also. As I pat Malgern on the shoulder.
He's the best, mate. Both of yous are. And he catches Cornelius first up in a hug with one arm. He's grabbing you, Malgern, with the other and just smushing the 2 of you, each in one arm. He's the best, mates. He's made my life. You've given me my life back. And yous can both drink well. Yous are the best, mates. And he fucking topples backwards, slamming onto the floor with both of you in arm.
Yeah.
You don't feel any impact, but there's this jostle. Now you hear new clinks and scrapes from his feet. They're a bit new.
They certainly are.
Hello, everybody else. Ryan, you've got lovely ankles at this height.
He's muted right now. Oh, there we go. Sorry?
He commented on your ankles, Rena.
I know. She just said, what?
Oh, I thought that was your response to what Scotch said about being muted.
Thank you.
You are most of the people I know. Welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, don't forget to take them as well. They're part of the reason I haven't had the resources to get you those legs.
This boy right here. It was his heartfelt request. Oh, get my stumps healed. They're not dripping anymore. Watch. Oh, I'll show you. Let me get this. He's trying to reach past you, Malgern, as you're sitting on his chest. to get to his prosthetic.
I
Just sort of
I
bashing and
help him get
jostling
it.
you. No, it's all right. I don't need the help. You just get in the way. Don't need. There we go. And he just waggles his stump at you people. Well, all right then. If it's not that impressive, fine. Starts putting his leg back on. Thought there'd be a little bit of applause.
I clap.
There we go. That just shows you what a best mate this one is.
Malgern was more confused with I was supposed to do something, but when he's like, not even an applause, it's like, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Malgern's the one who goes to a stage show and is always keeping corner of his eye on the applause sign to see if it lights up.
Yeah. How am I supposed to feel about this? Okay.
Yeah. Dwarves follow orders, so we're very drilled and regimented.
So he asked for an applause, I'll give it to him.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, what were we doing? Oh, right. I was telling you the story of how this beautiful man, deep in his heart, told this little kobold like he were about the same height as you, as he points at Kagratz. Then slowly his finger goes to Zarzul. You see him squinting for a moment, sizing it up, and then it goes back to Kagratz. And he said, I will do the work. I will hire fucking lumps. Foggle clumps. I had it. Don't pressure me. I don't perform well under pressure. I only do well under applause. But they make legs. These are a Michael 1. They will be doing more, but for now they want to see where my wit goes, which I think it goes right here, as he claps his backside. And a little bit here on the biceps now. But they want to find out. It could be going other places. It might even be going out the city. I don't know for sure. Could be. You ever think about that? There's all that land out there now.
I mean, I came from out that land out there.
Did you? That's a weird place. What's it like?
Kind of like the same here. Less Raxis, though.
That's a funny story. Like, I was with you. I closed my eyes and I could see it. All of it.
That's basically it. Like it's just like here. It's just less Raxis.
So, any comments from the peanut gallery? Because we could do this for days before my throat gives out.
Zalzul's going to see if he can sort of find this contract or whatever.
Oh, yeah. It's in the coat pocket of Cornelius. It's actually sort of half submerged by now.
I picked that out if I can.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at it.
Just a nice...
How much legalese is on this thing?
Not a lot, actually. It's a very clear thing. Quite sincere and honest. Yeah. Lazul Renenbach, in exchange for the heartfelt wishes of Cornelius, will heal the legs and replace them with prosthetics for Megrin.
Okay, this sounds excellent so far.
He will commission the Fuggleclumps to provide a pair of highly functional legs, and many iterations thereof will be paid out of pocket by the Renenbachs.
Okay, excellent. This is okay.
However, you do see there is a small little note near the bottom. It's Yobby.
What's this say? Oh, dear.
With a pronunciation guide. Written in Common and Draconic.
Okay.
Oh God! How many different variations did Cornelius go through during the whole meeting? Should I roll a D100?
Sure.
Oh no.
66 variations.
He said it at least 66 times. It might not all have been variations, but not a single one of them was Yobby. There was Yobai, Yobabi, Yobski, and then just a whole lot of jobs.
At some point, not
Okay.
even the J was pronounced. It was replaced by another letter.
Tobby, my favorite boy.
Dobby, that sounds like something an assistant should be named.
Yep, I hand this over to Castalia or Malgern if they're interested in it.
It's all above board. As a devil, you have an instinctive understanding of some contracts, and yeah, this is quite a plain one. Very nice and open.
There's so many ways you could exploit this, you feel like.
I mean, it's just a good thing that he casts see invisibility, right? You always do that when you're signing a contract. Right? You did that, Cornelius, right?
If I had the spell, sure. I don't.
It's a shame about that kidney.
Yeah.
I like that kidney.
That was my favorite one.
The one that had that don't quit attitude. Unlike the other. It was the moral support for my liver.
Yeah, the brunt.
Then you get to see the fun image of a Goliath, a huge Goliath, trying to get himself upright now that he has legs and not stumps. You are incredibly worried about the wall falling through, because he's a big guy. This is still a house and a building, and there's brickwork, but it's just he's a big guy. With his legs, he's now actually a bit taller than Congrats. Not as broad, though.
He's more tall, muscular, lanky.
I wouldn't say lanky, but just sort of, he's not a bulk like Congrats is.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like the muscular, lanky.
Yep. Oh yeah, actually, yeah. Just for fun. Where did I put it? So that's a thing that's happened today.
Yep. Just found out what our reward for the mission actually turned out to be, which is probably very good value, actually, when you come to think about how much those legs are actually probably worth.
Yeah, considering that was just Cornelius's wish.
Possibly just
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you
Possibly.
this: you're definitely not going to get much from the dwarf's wish.
Yep.
In the final evaluation tally, someone came up a little short.
Uh-huh.
They weren't expecting to have to write in a negative column. You did it yourself, though. You attacked him.
He was being mean.
He was being mean.
Really?
Only I'm allowed to do that.
That poor 129-year-old kobold.
They don't live that long.
They can.
They can. That
It says, it's an average kind of end of age. Do you think the humans die at 80?
yeah, but
Do you think an elf supported by enough smug would actually die after a century, after 1,000 years? No. They can survive as long as they have that sense of contentment and hatred over other species.
they must be wonderful at parties.
Fuck no. Because they're just going to stand there saying, this all used to be trees. And when you're all dead, which will happen soon, it'll be trees again. Oh, do you not have a vegan platter? I'm only eating I'm only eating fruits and vegetables for this century. So, that's going on. What are the rest of you up to?
Considering taking Cornelius out to go to the arena.
He's drunk enough now, we can get him in.
Yeah, probably.
Be amazing. But would he know? Isn't magic banned?
No.
No.
Patience fights there.
Okay.
It's just not something they have a lot of people doing.
That is something that would get Rain to go there.
You see that Will get the snot kicked out of him.
Exactly.
I know he looks scrawny, but trust me, he's a natural boxer.
Uh-huh.
No, he is definitely not.
I tell you, underneath that feeble, wrinkled exterior, there is tight, taut, dense musculature. I assure you, the paleness is merely because he shadow boxes so often. You can't do that in the sunlight. And then they just see the odds they can get. Oh, yeah. We can bet on the wizard, and we'll just give him, like, I don't know. Give him an inflict wound or something. Fuck. Give him a wand of magic missiles. You can't miss that way.
At the moment, I wouldn't bet on that either.
Still a losing bet.
He just points at the wrong person, kills someone in the audience.
Whoops.
Not like that's ever happened before.
Oh yeah, by the way, did it count as me using a counter spell before?
Nah.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Because she wanted to set up a circumstance where you wouldn't be using it.
Yep.
So, schemes, ideas, plots, conversation.
I'm sure Rain's got plenty of those.
It's all in your hands right now.
Well, I guess Sarzul had the idea if he wanted to bring people to the arena.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking we were doing. I was assuming we were doing the arena thing.
Do you really want to take Cornelius drunk to the arena?
Yes.
So mad.
I wonder why they're so resentful of Cornelius right now. What could have possibly happened in the last 24 hours?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Technically correct. It's not like it was his will. But he just has to keep a secret that he actually enjoyed some of it.
It's fine. He can enjoy fireballing the half elf. It's just everything else.
It's when I get involved, you shouldn't enjoy it.
He got a chance to see, wow, I am powerful compared to all of them. Now they'll know the pecking order. Any word from Castalia?
Nope.
So
There's
you're
where
on,
she-
you're on board or
Is that
don't
where
care
she
about
went-
the arena? Yeah.
Hmm.
She didn't want to go on a romantic dinner date with Congrats somewhere else.
I think after this morning, just a quiet dinner at home.
We'll be fine. We can hear what happened to the wizard afterwards. We don't have to see it live. Someone died.
Yeah, I think that was the sound of when. I think that's the sound of when Cornelius got punched.
Oh, is my mic going through?
I didn't see which one there was. You just heard a background. Whee!
Yeah, okay, yeah, because my aunt just arrived.
Well, me and Malgern are going to head off to the arena just for a couple of drinks and be sociable people. If anyone else wants to come along, that's fine.
I'm a well-adjusted member of society.
Hey, you might see those dwarves you became friends of last time.
One that turned you into an elf.
No, I thought he became friends with the dwarf I beat up.
Yeah, and their quartet. He went out drinking with him and he wound up with that elf tattoo.
Yeah, that I was gonna cut off.
Mm-hmm. Terry Tectonic, Hauser Rockfall, and Ibby Irongut.
Was it Iron Gut that got made fun of?
Yeah, he is now just called Ribbert.
Yeah.
Because he got beaten up by the kobold.
Oh.
To be fair, the kobold had a knife.
Kobold almost died in one
Yeah.
hit.
All Ibby had was a hammer. I mean, how was he ever going to fight him off?
As soon as he touched me with the hammer, I was just half dead.
He did crit, didn't he?
Yep. He got a good hit in.
Yep.
Yeah. Let us head off to the arena. Looking at it, I don't think we should bring Cornelius. I seem to remember they don't like drunk people there too much for some reason.
What?
Yeah. That's how we got into trouble last time,
No,
wasn't it?
that was not because he got drunk. That was because he attacked and killed someone.
Eh,
Like,
I'm
it's
assuming they have door rules
drunken
on
people
that.
what they make their fortune on.
Yeah, but when they can't actually speak well enough to buy the drinks, that's a problem.
That's why everyone agrees on the hand gestures. There is a sign at the bar that shows if you want a drink, do this with your hand.
Yes, but at this point, could he actually deal with that?
As a wizard, he's quite good at that, even when drunk.
Okay, if he can keep up with a kobold and a dwarf on their way to the arena, sure.
That's no problem. He's got the combined land speed of himself and Megrin.
Yeah. Oh well, let's hope he doesn't disappoint patients too much.
Also, have a plan for what you guys are going to do. I'll be back in a sec.
All right. So
Well,
yeah,
my
that was
plan was actually basically just to go there and have a couple of drinks and hang out with people. That was about it.
yeah.
But now the plan is to throw the wizard into the arena.
Well, I mean, you can still do what you want.
I'm a better
don't-
friend than that. I'm not going to throw Cornelius into the arena.
I mean, you might not, but the cleric might.
We don't have another cleric. You mean the other wizard?
No, I definitely not as a wizard say that she qualifies as a wizard. But yeah, that was why I had arranged for it to be the end of everything to kind of coalesce it into the end. It's kind of worked out great because holy shit, spending 20 minutes trying to get the wizard to be hungover.
It was worthwhile attempt.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm guessing also that's also the part with whether or not you were going to try ask Cornelius if he wanted to. You're probably going to have to. I imagine Magro will probably go. So where are you going?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get rid of him. So
Yeah.
it's going to be
Oh
a
yeah, no.
A couple of stunties dragging in a couple of tallies. So yeah,
Yeah.
followed by a half elf, possibly. We'll see.
Oh no, she'll follow if Cornelius goes.
Alright, I'm back in play, and I'm assuming there was not a single word spoken of schemes or plans.
We were talking about whether or not they were going to drag Cornelius there. Like I pointed out, if they were going, I imagine Magron also going. So where are you going?
Exactly, he is on board with anything.
Yep.
And even drunk enough, he can read a room, sort of. He sees Tally, who he knows. There's this big guy he doesn't know, but they seem to be very close. Yeah, let's just go. So I'm trying to remember, I don't think they've actually met.
Him and Kirk Gratz?
Yeah. Because it's been a while since you've seen the Thesps.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think the last time anyone had anything to do with the Thesp was when Cornelius just happened to come by,
Mm-hmm.
and when he had Magron help him apprehend his brother.
Good times.
That was
good times.
I guess he could have seen Congrats when Castalia went to her dance lessons.
Are you taking Pufflesworth?
No.
No? You don't want to take him to a place of blood and mayhem?
No, because he'll mayhem the wrong people.
So, here's the thing, though. In the house, there is Castalia and Kagratz, and he is setting out dinner, which looks quite lovely. Just the two of them.
And Droop, I imagine we're not dragging Droop along to the.
Are you not? I mean, he'd
Arena?
want to go with Cornelius. He hasn't seen him all day.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on, Roop. We're going to the arena.
So now you have...
Yeah.
Now you have an issue, Rain.
Pufflesworth's
him
not
in
going
my
to
room.
be there when you get back.
I think he'll be there. I'm not worried.
Yeah, it's not like you're going out for a whole night, right?
It's
Even
not like
then, I
somebody
don't
has
think
the
he's going
ability to
anywhere.
banish him to another realm for a while.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Although he does seem
He's
very
not worried
keen on the
about it.
pocket.
On the pocket?
I'll keep that in mind next time because she's not dressed
Oh.
in that pocket dress, but she will keep that in mind.
He likes not having to walk. Sometimes. When the mood hits him. So yeah, that little shit goes up to his room. And you all head for the arena. A fun place. And everyone's still got red dots on them except Malgern and
Except
Cornelius.
for the wizard.
And Malgern.
At least if I'm looking half beat up, possibly they won't let me won't send me into the arena straight away anyway. So. But I'll probably be picked on by dwarves again.
You don't hear of a massive clamor and cheers just at the moment. Seems like it's a little bit softer today. You step in though, still, it's about 2/3 capacity. Not the busiest you've seen it, but still money ticking. You can still see, well polished is that plaque. Cornelius sent the man who lived. Your legacy.
Hey, the place I died.
Oh, I thought it was meant to be like a grave. Oh, you do that when you're dead. Yeah, you don't die.
He
People
got
die
better.
there. What was that little... Hang on, I get to do this now. As he puts you down, Cornelius, and then slowly... He topples forward and has to put his hands up, but he tries to start kneeling down to get down to Zarzul's kind of height, and then keeps descending until he's resting on the ground. Oh, it's a nice cold floor. Sticky, though.
I felt the same thing. For a brief second, then I woke up. It was awful.
I know. I'm not a morning person myself. You should have just went back for another 5. Who would have thought that the best drunken double act would be Megran with the wizard?
Yeah.
Malgurn's probably feeling a bit jealous now. But it's okay. It's okay.
Why are you saying it like that?
Okay, I'll head up to the bar and get myself order us a couple of drinks. One for me, one for Malgurn. Something light and lighter for the other 2. Rain can order her own, I'm imagining.
Wow!
No, I'll order around to the party, as it were.
The singling out, man, what the hell?
So, how many silver or copper am I dealing with this time?
With this?
Oh no.
As he eats into his own funds. Yeah, a round of drinks for everyone. Megrin slaps down a gold coin. You're covered.
Okay, cool. I imagine some of these people know Megrin and are slightly surprised at how tall he is now.
There is a
This is
lot
gonna
of
be-
cheers. Not a huge amount, but there's quite a number from the people at the bar, not just not the audience milling about and watching. Because, most people just think, oh, it's a Goliath, and they don't get the look down because of a crowd. But the people at the bar, funnily enough, the ones drinking alcohol actively, know him personally. It's funny, that.
And the bar and know him to be slightly shorter under normal circumstances.
Yep.
And possibly also had his sob story occasionally in really drunken moments.
Who the fuck's clicking?
That was me, sorry, I think.
And then he hoists it. And of course, Cornelius is trying to get to his drink, and it just sloshes half into the air as Megrin builds him up. This was a beautiful man. Oh, cheers, thanks. I'll have another one of those. He gave me my legs. 2 of them. That's a lot for one man to give.
It was the least I could do. You cook look.
No, it was a lot. At least you could do was you could have said hello, or how is your day?
I'm sorry, we got busy, very, very subtly busy the last couple of days. Weeks, I think it was. How long?
That's alright, I was drunk for all of that. Yep. Sometimes here, sometimes all the way over. He hits someone on the top of the head as he brings his arm over there. Sorry. And I was also rehearsing because and then he goes into the big booming sales pitch voice about the new chapter and act in the Heroes of Van Dalen. To update it to the current Tales of the Heroes As Cornelius is then lifted onto his shoulder, then Zarzul. Then he puts him down again to reach for Malgern. Sorry, I forgot. Your part's only recently made. But he tries to grab Malgern and lift him up as well. And these are those actual heroes.
Oh yeah, we're in that play. I forgot.
It's all about what they've done. And then there's the new ones too. We're casting for some of them, so if you know someone who's he looks down at Rain.
Oh
A
yeah,
woman?
she's in it now too. Yeah.
If you know a woman, she'd be good for her part. Doesn't have
I
to
do
be.
agree with that statement.
Any woman can do.
And we need a dragon, a little one with thumbs, and a dog. Look at this dog. It's a big dog. Need this one. He does things. Has to be trained. Actually, this one would do. Can I have him, Zarzul? We can use him in the show.
No, he must stay with me. We must make more stories.
But he could be a popular actor.
No,
Wolfgang
no,
is not pleased as he's hanging there by his scruff.
No, put him down. Put him down.
I'll put him down. I don't want to annoy him or anything like that there, but he's a good dog. He goes a little heavy on the stroking. You can see the back of Wolfgang's eyes. It's alright. It's alright. Then we jump to the complete silence and peaceful clinking of forks on plates. With a couple in the house. And because most of the party fucked off just having a bit of dinner, he was able to add in a few more peppers without anyone saying otherwise.
They wouldn't know.
They're not going to be eating this bit. This bit's for us.
They wouldn't know. There's no one here to judge. Just me and my peppers.
There's a proper heat haze coming off the plate. So you caught me in the library. You awake there, Pio? Yep. Don't always sit on story time, but you know they pull me into it. Usually we try to get them a bit more active, but they want to it's because they wanted me to read, but there was tiefling. Met her other day. Yeah, it's sort of like what truth is, but veracity. Yeah, she a trainee. She's going to be you. She's auditioning to play you for the Heroes of Van Dalen.
Wonderful.
Apparently, yeah. I haven't seen anything of her yet. But she's a nun, a sage. She works at the library.
Yeah. Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Luckily, she was there first with the book, so the kids got to have a good time.
I'm sure they would have had a good time listening to your stories.
Well, I can only tell the ones I was in, and they've gotten more interesting lately. It's scary for the kids, though.
True.
I'd have to work out how to change things up. have to trim a lot of Malgurn's parts.
Ah,
It's yeah. Sorry.
no, it's what happened.
And I'd have to make sure that I describe you in a way that's family friendly, and not just what I always see. Yeah. That means because you look good. I like how you look.
Thank you. Well, maybe tomorrow we can sit and think on it a little.
Yeah. There is a roll me insight, Castalia.
Okay.
Doop-a-doo.
20.
You are picking up that he's being a little cagey when he's talking about the stories and the kids wanting something read to them. And you are wondering, why is he just saying that it'd have to be his adventures? It just seems a little
Well?
odd, his focus on that.
Well?
Yeah.
Why just the adventures?
Well, it's I know them best, so I'd be able to change things up in case just more interesting for the kids. I could include a half orc or a little tiefling. Just to make it so the kids could enjoy it as more. I'd know them better.
All right.
You're not fully convinced with a 20. It's up to you if you want to press it or not.
I don't.
And then we hop back to the madness and the blood. And that's just from one guy who fell over at the bar and is pissing himself laughing.
Oh God.
Malgurn, roll me a D100. You scan the room. You don't see the clucker. But you remember him exactly. It's just not right now. Not right now.
Not now, but soon.
Perhaps. You do, however, see Usain Vagoosh. He's in the arena.
I'm gonna watch this fight.
Yeah, you don't see his opponent yet. You see him getting ready. Like the armor is coming off, and holy fuck, he looks like he was run over by several carriages.
God.
I'm not surprised though. That's the doing the math in my head. Yeah, that kind of adds up.
There's not a lot of wounds that are open, but Jesus Christ, he has been pummeled and battered. There's a lot of big blood bruises and welts. And then from the other side, stepping out to a moment of awe, is another dwarf. A very fancy dwarf who would not usually be in a place like this.
Fancy dwarf, okay.
You hear the clinking, the familiar clinking of black iron beard clips.
Oh.
You see him shrug off his cloak, which is a massive lion's pelt. That's Karagrim.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, you realize, oh shit, yeah, that's him.
And he's gonna fight Usain.
And then you watch the armor, the fine clothing come off and fall in the dirt. Just quickly prestidigitated by someone else, a lackey who comes out very quickly to scoop it all up.
I was gonna say, yeah, someone's coming back. I'm surprised he's dropped it on the floor, but yeah.
And man, Usain just looks like he's been pummeled. Karagrim looks like he has fought beasts that only have claw and tooth and no other surface to them. There are gouges, marks, and scars. This is the dwarf who has lived just about. Especially good is whenever you see him raise his arms up to whip the crowd up, and you see him turn in place, and you can make out, along his left side, those look like the fang and tooth marks of a beast's jaw, and then you see him, as he turns around, the opposite side is marked in the same way. Something held him lengthways in his mouth.
Been pretty big given his size.
And the bookmakers are walking around. Currently, Ushane is only, 1 to 15. People have big money on Karagrim.
I was wondering for a moment if some of those bite marks were love nibbles from his old wife.
Okay.
If you want, you could roll perception.
No.
Or medicine.
Malgern is considering placing a bet.
But yeah, if you want to identify something like that, any of you, you want to size up Karagrim's physical condition, perception, investigation, medicine, all are technically valid.
God, I imagine it's just one of those random things of in the drunken state of just accidentally just kind of looking at something and focus on something you shouldn't because you can't quite register what you're looking at.
Yeah, good point. Roll.
Yep. Nope. That's a dwarf.
You're not even sure of that. It could be a halfling.
Yeah. I didn't know they made halfling that dense.
Well, it can't all be flab. They have to hold themselves up. Not far, of course, because they're so small, but they need to have a bone and muscle structure that work together to hold the flab. Yeah, so that's fine.
I didn't know you read medicine.
Oh, I had to learn a lot because I had no legs.
Ah.
And it's Kendra. She's a lovely woman. Like, you and her would be amazing because she's just that good. Like, it wouldn't even matter if it was you. And you're great. I like you. You're a good man. But she's so good with other people. No, I'm telling you a story about how good she is. Don't interrupt. Otherwise, I might not introduce you. But she's just got this...
Yeah?
What? Yeah. Yeah, you do see it. You do make out.
Question, how long have they been, how long has it been?
The thing is, though,
the whole day.
She fucking got him.
Okay.
Or are you talking about their drinking? Yeah, a whole fucking day.
Okay, yeah, they'd probably still be
And
pretty...
you know Megrin. Megrin does not go half measures on anything.
Okay, yeah, they'd probably still be pretty plastered.
And he's so convincing. He's got a lot of charisma. He's very convincing when it comes to just one more. Just one more here, and then we go to the next place, and we'll have a few more just to keep ourselves going, because it's a long walk. And with a long walk, we'll get sober. And you don't want to be sober right now, because you're my best mate, and we're having fun. You gotta be drunk to have fun. That's been Cornelius' day for many hours.
Valuable lesson for the kids watching the stream right now. You gotta be drunk to have fun.
Yeah, kids, have booze. It's different. Bobbing for apples is a lot more fun when it's cider.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rain with a 20. You can see that. Oh, she tussed him up good. His left shoulder, she claimed that. You can see that there are definite tusk scars there. There's a few in other places too, but those seem more sort of randomized, less deliberate.
Huh.
But yeah, currently it's 15-1 against Ushane.
Nobody was surprised.
To be fair,
Yeah,
fucking Karagrim shows up with the pelt of an alchemy and lion. Everyone knows the stories about those who's local. Yeah, you don't fuck with a guy who has taken one of those down. But they are bare-fisted. You don't see his colossal dwarf-sized hammer. You know, the one that came at you.
Yeah,
Shane has no help.
this
no
makes
help.
sense though, because like Malgorn fought, he knows, how this works,
Yeah, you know O'Shane is pretty tough.
and I understand why they don't have weapons.
Well, to be fair, you're not sure if O'Shane could use his anymore.
Just meat hands.
He does have a focus to him, but also, wow, that's a busted up head.
God.
It do be like that sometimes.
His nose goes in 3 different directions. It's like a lightning bolt from how many times it's been broken.
Oh.
Ugh. Great.
And just one ear is inflated so much it is closed.
How would that even work?
Oh, you ever heard of cauliflower ear? It's horrible.
Yeah, I get them. Yeah, no, okay, I get it. Yeah.
But if you want, you could try to scrutinize him to see which one has the better odds. Because maybe Karagrim's sick. Maybe O'Shane has a limp.
I'd put money on Karagrim if anything. How much money do I have on me? You know what? I need a big drink. So 10 gold on Karagrim.
The bell is rung. The two of them side, because I assume no one else is really putting money on this.
Not really.
No.
It goes exactly how you would imagine it if O'Shane was 10 years old. Karagrim used his beard clips well on you. He holds them back with one arm, while with his other single arm he dismantles O'Shane.
God.
He's always off balance. He's shoving him against the wall, pushing him down. He does avoid smashing his head against things, but just gut punch after gut punch. There is the entire contents of O'Shane splattering out on the floor. Luckily, it's getting absorbed into the sand really nicely. But yeah,
I almost feel bad.
Yeah,
almost.
It's a point
Imagine
where
he's just
O'Shane does not get up again.
I imagine it just ended with Karagrim just machine gun punching Shane.
Oh no, that's the thing. It's not fast. It's deliberate and methodical, just like a dwarf should be.
Yeah,
you can see every one of those punches coming from when they start to the finish. O'Shane is trying to get his head in now and again. He's swinging with his fist. He still has skill. Like, it's not like this is a worthless baby and all. It's just Karagrim is showing him what an adult is like.
There's clearly a difference, is all. It's just...
And without a mark, Karagrim walks over O'Shane and heads to pick up all his stuff.
Disrespect.
And a couple of silver coins are set for you.
Yeah.
The payout.
I looked at the odds, but I was like, I'm pretty sure this is a sure thing. It's free money at this point.
Yeah, the bookie's just sort of scratching at his cheek saying, yeah, I'm going to have to tell him I can't hold this anymore unless someone does something with O'Shane. Like, I can't do another bout like this. You're thinking, what about fucking O'Shane?
Yeah.
Like, there's just no excitement to it. People know what's going to happen. Like, Karagrim is he's the crag breaker. Or tusk breaker, sorry.
Like, you'd have to be pretty stupid to understand that wasn't going to go. That's why Malgard was like, yeah, I can throw 10 gold at this.
Well, I was hoping for more out of Towners, I'll be honest. But the Mercs are setting up their own bare knuckle pits just outside town, so...
It's like that scene in Spider-Man. The match said 3 minutes. You pinned him in 2. Therefore, you get no money.
Yeah, it's... Enjoy your coin.
Yeah, thanks for the drink, as I take the silver.
Yeah, no worries. Next bout should be more interesting. I only say that due to the law of averages.
I mean, yeah. Yeah. Let's hope so, anyway, for both our sakes.
Downside, we gotta wait until he comes out by his own volition. And O'Shane is trying to get up, but fuck me, there's no power in the legs. there's no breath in him. It's just a rasping. There's dry heaving.
I just imagine he's like pink and purple at this point. Just
oh no, there's so many spots in them. They're just fucking black from the blood pressure just underneath the skin.
Oh god.
Like it's not necrotic or anything. It's just there's that much of a fucking welt.
Yeah, it's internal bleeding. That's where the blood's supposed to be.
Don't know if it was internal. That'd be fine. In his case, it's all on the surface. You could puncture him, and a Sturge would have a field day.
Oh, oof, those are the worst. Had one of those when I slammed my finger in a door the other week. Trying to get the blood out. Memories. Oof.
Very slowly, by himself, he crawls to the ladder. See, Karagrim got the exit through the champions and just the normal entrance. He didn't
climb out. Yeah.
No, that's the thing. He just walked out through the gate. He didn't go through the ladders.
Yeah.
And O'Shane is just climbing bit by bit, and oh man, he threw up a few more times while lying down.
Oh.
But he made it out, right? Like he didn't need assistance. He's
after about
right?
5 more minutes of just sleeping on the ladder. Yeah.
Oh, okay, somewhat dignified, I guess.
He just stands there swaying right at the foot of it. You're thinking he's gonna topple back any moment, and it's just coated.
Yeah, I'm sitting there with my drink, waiting to see if he makes it.
Hey, hang on. I'd like to use Cure Word on O'Shane. I have one in the ring.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hopefully that'll help him. That looked like it hurt.
It's like watching someone get hit by a boulder, and then they keep getting hit by the boulder, and then the boulder hits them again. Drunk dialogue is the best dialogue.
This is so great. I'm enjoying this.
Right, how would that even happen?
Well, it's like if you use...
It would have to be trapped in like a U-shaped, like in a valley?
No. Like, think of it as a line that's not straight, that's going down. Down, like, hill. Or, some... Kobold, come here. You know rocks and stone too, so... What is it that's... It's like... It's a line that goes down for rocks to fall on. The great part is the fake drunk people are talking to the actual drunk person.
You lost me there somewhere. Zazzle might have had one or two too many drinks already.
Yeah, Zarzul.
But yeah, like this conversation goes circular for a while. But O'Shane, yeah, after 7 healing, he's standing up a bit straighter, lifts up his arms, and then you see Terry Tectonic come from the crowd to pour a beer over him to wash him down. And he keeps his arms up as he walks out of the arena. Out of the bar, out of the building. Then you look back down the pit to see his armor, his weapon, his clothing. The man just walked out in trousers and boots.
And this probably isn't the first time that's happened.
No, I mean, he pretty much lives here. Because he doesn't know where else he goes. I feel a little bad about it. I mean,
almost.
I wasn't here for that, but I heard that him and this other dwarf, they beat up like this huge monster that just appeared. Fucking glad I was off that day.
Yeah, it was something.
That was a bad day.
Not letting on.
I died that day.
Not letting on, but, you know. Yeah.
What are you saying? There's a spindly looking one further down. No, it's worse. We're just beating each other up. It was the Dragonborn. They beat the shit out of that thing. It was
yeah.
our own big old salami.
Pickles.
No, that's his name's Salamez. Big old salami is the nickname.
Yeah.
No, it's because he. No, they call him another name for that because it's apparently too big to be called a salami. No, he does have like his own dried meat thing. If you beat him, they say you can have some. But I heard that a long time ago, and I've not heard anyone who's tried it. Well, like it's some like tribal recipe from his people and all. You know, it's all fancy and mysterious. It's meant to be why he's so fucking strong. And then we hop back to the romantic dinner.
That's a jarring change.
I mean, Cornelius couldn't say anything otherwise about who won against the one in that
Because
fight.
he died, yeah.
Yeah.
I was busy not hitting anything.
Yeah, you and Gadden were having a bad day of rolls. It was annoying. And then the weirdest part of that whole thing, though, was Horizon West surviving and working against that creature, because his rolls were the same as Cornelius's, basically. Because Rain sure as hell wasn't tanking any damage. The plans to next day, tomorrow, yeah.
Probably a bit more smithing, but not too sure. Might just be end up an open day.
With that's I can work with that. I don't have any planned yet. Sorry. We could go. I'm pretty bad at this. Just it's like a pile of mince in the mouth. Can't make a word. Theater or arena, maybe.
Not the arena.
Kind of want to try my luck against the big golden one. He's just got that smile, you know. Not that I'd ever hold something against someone just because of the way they look or act, but I kind of want to beat him up. No,
And sure.
That's a terrible. No, that's a terrible. That's not.
You want to test your strength?
No, I want to spend some time with you. That was a stupid idea. The going to the arena. Not the other bit. The other bit's the idea. Well, he just sticks his head into the dish. Really. Yeah, I'll work something out later.
Yeah, just think about it.
Trying. And then back to the arena. But also, the end of the session, because we're past the 3 hour mark. Okay. And before we get Cornelius or Malgern down there, we should probably end for the night before we start anything major that could go horribly wrong.
Yeah. By the way, Zazzle's not getting in the arena. He's half dead already, and he only has 3 spell slots left. Oh, level 1.
That's alright, you won't get time to use those spell slots.
Excellent.
You'll be dead on the first hit. Salamez wants to try his luck. This time, after all, you're no longer on the boat. He doesn't have to hold back. But yeah, we'll be back next week, yeah?
Should be.
Plans are
For Halloween.
Yeah, I'll have to see if I can...
Shit.
At the moment, there isn't a one-shot being planned just because I haven't quite got everything to gel together. There might be one, but it'll come to fruition in a few days. It's just trying to finally get a one-shot that works in one shot. But we'll see. Maybe something for spooky season. If not, we'll just have the horrors of war. Yeah, now to hit...
The characters.
I know, I want to make use of those characters. They're so terrible.
Hey, you made me make it better.
Yeah, otherwise you were going to be a non-sapient beast.
My character's fine.
You were going to get confused every time you got to a mirror.
Possibly.
There's nothing wrong with my character.
Yeah, your character's pretty much fine.
Yeah, so we're not all hopeless.
But the original stat blocks were not.
That
Yeah.
is true, yeah.
Until we got the Scotch, but he was literally the only one who wasn't hideously crippled.
Can I keep my old one? He says. Yeah.
But yeah, now to click
I mean,
the
except
buttons.
for the 5 stat in charisma.
Yeah, that's a minor thing. You could have put intelligence. But yeah, now to hit the button that says stop streaming.